Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Jericho Green. I'm kicking it with you. What's going on? Episode number 10. Stop le fuckery. Ha, ha, ha. As you know, it's a duo here. Myself, GION. We do our best to arm you with the information you need to stop said fuckery. Today, episode 10 is health. But GION is not here. He has to make what we call money. So, in his place, big shoes to fill, but they've been filled before, and she will fill them again. People, put your hands together. Tori D. What up, girl?
Oh, no clapping? No clapping sound? Oh, okay. I'm back, bitches.
That's right. Live from her cell, her 6x6. Thank you for being here. She took a break from sharpening shanks to be here with us. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tori. I haven't seen Tori in a while. That's why we're a little behind. We were catching up. It's been a while. She has had her wrist slapped by Meta, those pieces of shit. But she is fighting the good fight, and I'm hoping that she will be back.
I hope. I'm suing their ass.
Good. And I hope you are, because I don't know what's going on in your life, because you're not on Instagram anymore.
I know. It's so odd. So odd to keep track of people through email, right?
Especially when you have one of the first emails in history.
Listen, honey, I'm a trendsetter, okay?
Tori got that old school AOL email, but I respect it. It still works, so I can't hate on it that much.
It works better than any of your new emails, okay?
But when you see her email address, it will make you do a double take. Like, those are still around, but it is a well-functioning email. I'll give you that, Tori. Oh, hold on.
It functions.
There we go. It does.
It sends and receives. No homo.
Sends and receives at a high level. Spun bearing. Good to see you. Who else? Mark. Two Marks. So Mark's Music Obsession and Mark Burchette. How do I say that, Mark? Is it Burchette or Burchet? Comment A or B so I know how to say it right. But what's up, fellas? GION, he's here too. Well,
where's Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas Bailey. I don't know. I'm sure he'll be out there. I'm sure your pheromones are in the air. He'll sniff you out. He'll be here. He has your scent. So, like I said, today's topic is health. Oh boy. We now know. Well, some of us knew before. Some of us knew before that the Johnny Coathanger says, State of the Union. Let's get ready to mumble. That sloppy, feeble piece of shit. But some of us knew before that the government didn't give a shit about us, but post sweet and sour sniffles, the lockdowns and all that shit, we know for sure that health is not our government's main concern. If it were, they would have handled things totally differently, but they did not. But one of the things Tori was talking about before we came on air, I won't get too into it, but
get into it. Let's go. Get into it.
There are folks out there who took the poke, for job reasons and stuff like that. And now you have the CDC coming out basically saying that all of the restrictions they put in place and the requirements and the mandates, they're undoing it all. You can now go to work with it as long as you don't have a fever. A long time ago, they did away, with the stupid social distancing and all that. So everything is pretty much falling apart. And the herd immunity is now a good thing. They're saying you are better off with herd immunity versus getting the poke. And this is coming from Le CDC, at the tip of the spear when it comes to our well-being, where they're supposed to be. So now it's like, hey, our bad, all that shit. It's not true. You were all you people using your common sense. You were right.
But they're not going to say we're right? They didn't feel like that, right?
That's what they're saying, but they won't say that. Of course not. But we all knew it was true. So if only they would have left it up to us they would have let us take our own health and safety into our own hands, because we are adults and we're okay for ourselves, believe it or not. How have you been, Tori?
I'm good. You know, unemployed as ever. Well, actually, I'm retired. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that? Or, I mean, we've talked about it off air a bit, but do you know what
No, go
happened to
ahead.
me besides me getting rear-ended, no homo?
Well, for you, I don't think it would be. Like, if you were a dude, you'd have to say
True.
that. But I
Yeah,
think
that's true. That's true.
I mean, no, I know what happened, but feel free if you want to put the
Did
people
I
up
tell
on
you it was a
game.
drunk driver? I've told you that, right? Oh yeah,
I
we've talked
believe
about
you
that.
mentioned it, but please
Um,
refresh our memories.
so, I was a police officer, and I medically retired after 3 short years, because I was driving in my police car and got rear-ended out of nowhere, and it was a drunk little asshole who probably spent 2 hours in the holding cell and then was released. But it took my agency 10 months to get me an MRI. And those 10
Damn.
months I was working, yeah, I don't think I've told you details, like,
No.
about it, but, I mean, like, so the next morning, I was off for that week, and then the next morning, I woke up, could not move my neck, and, I was just I was still new-ish. I was on for, I think 2 years. I was on for 2 years, so I was still new, still getting the grip of everything, like, job related, so I just didn't wanna be that person. We had a girl that was kind of, like, milking an injury that we all knew was fake, so I was like, I don't wanna look like that," even though my injury was very real, documented, like, an arrest was made, um but I just toughed it out. I was like, "I ain't no bitch," and so I
Yeah.
just went back to work. I still had pain, and I told the doctors and everything, like, I still have pain. It took them 10 months to approve an MRI for me. Finally, I got the MRI, and I had, like, disc herniations and whatnot in my neck, and then immediately, not too long after that, I went up to investigations, tried desk work, and then they were like, "Yeah, we can't help you here because this is pretty much a liability." So, yeah, I'm medically retired, so I've been just a stay-at-home dog mom. And that's it.
And how
So
long?
it's a blessing, but it's also really it's a shame because I put in a lot of years to get that job, and it was an awesome job to have, but it's not a job that I'd recommend women doing.
And yeah, we talked about that very thing in the interview on Green's house. I sat down with Tori for like 2 hours, and that's one of the things that I asked her about. Ladies being police officers. So how long ago was the incident?
February 27th, 2021. That's when I was hit,
So just over
and then
3
it took
years ago.
shoot. Wait, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just over 3 years
Wow.
ago. Yeah, that is complete and utter bullshit for
Mhm.
them to take that long. You can get as a civilian, you can get a damn MRI way sooner than that, and you would think the police
Mhm.
department with their resources,
That should have
blah
been
blah blah.
like initial. That should have
It should have
been
been right away. It
number
should have been
1.
that day.
Yeah.
You should have been
Mhm.
went that day or night, whenever it
Mhm.
happened, and gotten an MRI, because it's possible that by them taking so long, that could have made your injury
Oh,
worse.
it did
By
because
having
of
you stay on the job.
all that weight on my body
Yeah.
and stuff, and I'm small, so yeah, I mean, had they gotten the MRI and I was able to rest for as long as I needed to, I probably would have healed perfectly fine, but now this injury is just forever, like, I'm gonna have issues in my neck.
hmm
It just always like, if you wake up in the morning, it just always feels like it's stuck. Like, if you sleep on it wrong, that's how I feel, like,
hmm
every day pretty much, but, I mean, I'm blessed because it could have been far worse, and I also could still be in a job that was treating me like a lab rat, so there are things that I've taken away from it that, I think I'm exactly where I should be.
Yeah, and as long as you take something from it, you gain some kind of knowledge and experience from it. it's not a
Yeah.
total loss. It's pretty shitty that happened. And I have a special, I would call it a pit of hate in my heart for drunk drivers. I had an
Mhm.
uncle when I was about 10 years old. He was killed 1 block away from the house, going home. Was a chef, a great chef, was coming home from work, and some asshole blew a stop sign, killed him. So that's one of the shitty things about living in this world, is that other people's poor decisions can affect your life,
Yeah.
sometimes to the worst degree possible, sometimes to a lesser degree, like just an injury, and unfortunately you didn't lose your life. But what a fucking, if I were King Jericho of this country, drunk drivers, nah, you're paying for that. You're paying
I
for that
agree.
in a major way, because the ripple effect throughout your life, all because of some fucking
Mhm.
asshole wanted to be an idiot and get out on the road drunk. That is just, no, man. You're I don't want to hear it. You cry all you want. Oh man, nah, some fucked up shit's gonna happen to you if King Jericho rules this country, because that is just, and it's avoidable. Avoidable, you piece of
Mhm.
shit. 3 years ago,
So many.
we were well into the Uber age. You could have called an Uber, you could have called a friend, you could have called a cab, you could have walked, but you decided to get behind the wheel and fuck somebody's situation up. So
Could have
ain't
walked.
that
No,
fucker.
he was off his ass drunk, like, bad, and he was a young dude, but I hope that the sentiment that you have is the sentiment that most people have, because it will do me well in my court,
I hope
process.
so. I hope they
It's
have that
going in
same
front of a
bit of hate.
jury.
I hope the jury's loaded with people who lost somebody or were injured by a drunk
Mhm.
driver. Yeah,
Which is a lot of people, a lot of
yeah,
people,
yeah. Stack the
and
deck against that piece of shit.
yeah, we will. I have a good lawyer, so
Mm. Oh
we shall
man.
see.
I mean, and before we get started, is it manageable? Like, can do you see yourself living the rest of your life pretty normally? You
Yeah,
will deal with
yeah.
the pain, but
Yeah, and some days are worse than others. But like I said, like if you wake up, you know that feeling when you wake up and you're like, "Oh, I slept on my neck wrong or I slept
yeah.
on my back wrong." That's how I feel most days, but the pain is usually tolerable.
Hmm.
Like I've done every type of, cuz they put you through all of these physical therapies, massage therapies, chiro, all of these things, and obviously it's through their provider, so I don't get to pick this person. But I have to do a year or however long of their providers, which did me no justice, and then finally I found somebody that actually helped, so I pay out of pocket for that. But no, I mean it's tolerable. It's tolerable, and like it could have been worse that day, and it also could have been worse had I continued on with that job because, like, the stories that I hear from the cops that I worked with are like, ugh. As much as I miss the people, as much as I miss the job, I do not miss a lot of the BS internally. Like, the
Yeah, the
job itself is
bureaucracy.
so fun. Yeah, the job I can deal with criminals, I can deal with gang members, I can deal with idiots. That is funny to me. Like, dealing with morons on the street gives me joy because it's hilarious. It's like a daily comedy show. Dealing with transients and, like, drug addicts and people calling 911 for, like, simple arguments at home that we're just like we show up and we're like, "Grow the fuck up. This is not a crime."
Yeah.
That part of it is hilarious, but the internal stuff and, like, the just yeah, people getting, positions that they should not be in and, because they've done things that other people are not willing to do. That's the part that
Hmm.
I'm, happy to be away from.
Yeah. And it's when you leave somewhere, it's usually the people that you miss. Your
Yeah.
coworkers, the cool ones, and interact, because not only law enforcement, but anytime you deal with the public, when you cast your net over the general public, you are going to catch some fucking. I don't even know if stupid covers it. Like, there are people out there who are so dumb that you, like, I would assume as an officer, like, should we stay here and watch you? Are you going to be okay? Like, how did you dress yourself this morning? Who tied your
Yeah.
shoes? I hope somebody cut your food up into small bites, because you are a fucking Idiot.
Yeah. No, it's like the dumbest of the dumb. Like either it's actual victims that need our help,
Mhm.
or people who can't solve issues in their own life.
And
Like
you call the
and it's
cops?
not in between. Like it's either you're an actual victim who needs our help and needs to get somebody put away, which is not going to happen. We're in California. Ain't nothing going to happen. They're going to be put in jail for a day and then they're going to do the same thing tomorrow. So we're really just babysitters.
Mhm.
Or the other end of the spectrum where it's like you called us because your neighbor cut down a branch.
Yeah, we don't got time for this shit. You call me because your son doesn't want to get up and go to high school?
Yes,
Like,
we would get those
oh,
too. And I remember one in particular, this mom, she was such a bitch. She called us and she wanted us to handle her child, her teenager. And we get there and we're like, "What do you want us to do?" It was like I think it was like a 5150 eval, because dispatch has to figure out what to put this under. It's no crime occurred, but child's acting up. Like, what can I put this as to, get officers over there? 5150. Okay, so we're evaling a teenager, and so we get to the door, and she's like, so we're asking questions. So she's doing this, she's doing that. It's not a she, it's a they.
oh,
Um,
you're
and
now
so
you're going to
yeah.
jail. You're
Right,
going to
but at
fucking
that
jail.
point, it depends on who your partner is, it depends so that's where the internal, the political, comes into play where you have to be like, "Okay, who's my sergeant? Like, what can I say to this person?" Because it all depends on, "Oh, I want a supervisor." Okay, which sergeant is gonna show up? Because if it's this sergeant, I can get away with saying, "I'm not gonna play your fucking game."
Yeah.
But if it's another sergeant, I'll get written up for it. So, yeah, we go and she's like, it's they," and all officers I'm with that day were like, "No, we ain't having it. You don't know what call we just came from, and you don't know which call we're about to go to after this. You're not gonna talk to me and tell me how to do my job and play your delusions." So, we were just like, "Okay, what do you need?" Because we're about to leave. So, yeah, we just left, and they could file a complaint because our sergeant was cool, and that was that. But, yeah, people like
Man, you
that who
should have
call and we're just like, why did you have kids?
you should have
Don't have
just
kids."
like step outside so it doesn't hit you and just pepper spray her on your way out. Like you're fuck here. Right in her face. You're fucking
Wouldn't that be
stupid.
great? That would
Deal
just
with
be
that.
great, but we're in
Oh my
America.
god. You call me here for this shit? No, you're getting a blast.
Ridiculous.
You're getting some of that pepper in your face, you idiot.
But
All
if
right.
we had another officer, dude, we would have been in there for an hour, playing the game.
Mm-mm.
"Oh, what can
I
I
don't got
do
time
for
for this shit.
you?"
Pepper
No.
spray or taser? What do you want? Because I'm bouncing. What do you take your pick? Fucking ridiculous. Well, I'm glad that you did that, Tori. I'm glad
Thank
that you
you.
were
I'm a hero.
that you you did that job because it is necessary. Golly. All right. Health is the topic of the day, people. So we are going to start with the fuckery five stories that are jam packed with fuckery. Are you ready, Tori?
I'm ready.
All right, let's share this damn screen then. Get started. John Darwin, what does everyone need? That's a big question, man. I'll narrow that shit down. So I got a list for you. I got a list. Okay, 5 dead, dozens hospitalized as parrot fever surges across Europe. Now,
Hmm.
before I start reading this article, why is it always some animal related shit? Parrot, what is this? Parrot flu, parrot shit, bird flu, swine flu, West Nile flu with the damn mosquitoes. It's always some animal shit. I don't understand that. Am I missing
Because they
something?
know we'll believe it. They know we'll believe anything we're thrown. So it came from an animal is much easier to not be able to prove than, it came
Oh
from
yeah,
this
true.
person.
True that. Mark
Perhaps.
says Tweaker hit me on my Harley and drug me down I-15. Yeah, man, you should have been able to grab a blunt object and just, reconfigure their face for them because that shit is That's ridiculous. Because somebody wanted to be a jackass, somebody could have been killed and are killed in a lot of situations. And it's usually, you know, the good folks that get killed. It's never another. I would love to see a drunk hit and kill another drunk. That would make it a little bit
Yeah,
easier to
I
deal
don't
with.
think I've ever seen that.
No, it's always, you know, like you, an officer, you know, somebody doing their job,
Yeah.
or, you know, some family that just got done feeding the homeless and they're singing Kumbaya, and all of a sudden some stupid ass blows a red light or something and kills them all. It's never dummy on dummy. That'd be nice. So, they started off with a little humor, guys. It says it's nothing to squawk at. You see that? Parrot flu squawk. That was good, New York Post. At least 5 people have died across Europe. And am I the only one who thinks 5 people? Who gives a shit? I mean, really. At least 5 people
Yes.
have died across Europe for a whole continent so far this year in a frightening outbreak of cetaceosis. Cystosis. There we go. I'm sure the P is silent. Cystosis, a respiratory bacterial infection better known as parrot fever. Fever. Put the thermometer in the back door. 4 people have died in Denmark, while 1 died in the Netherlands, and dozens more have been hospitalized across Austria, Germany, and Sweden, according to the World Health Organization. Another worthless group.
Another one.
4 people. Oh no, I read that. The illness is carried by birds and generally passed through contact with infected animals or inhalation of particles from their feathers or dried feces. Pet owners, poultry workers, gardeners, and veterinarians are typically at higher risk of contracting parrot fever than most people. Yeah, no shit. If it comes from birds, if you work with them, you're probably going to get it. Symptoms are typically mild and include fever, aches, and coughing. In extreme cases, the illness can develop into pneumonia. There's one of those filthy little fuckers right there. About 1 in 100 patients die, according to the WHO. Across Europe, the number of cases in recent months has been considerably higher than typical annual averages. In Austria, where there are typically 2 cases annually, at least 14 were recorded in the final months of 2023, and 4 have been recorded as of March 2024. Denmark generally sees 15 and 30 annually, but as of February 27th, it recorded at least 23, 17 of which resulted in hospitalizations. Since December 2023, the Netherlands has seen twice as many cases as is typical for the same time of year. In most of the recent cases, patients reported exposure to birds, according to the WHO, and each affected nation has launched investigations to identify the cause of the spikes. Despite the unusual uptick, WHO deemed the risk caused by the current outbreak to be low. Oh, well, first of all, thank God that the WHO doesn't think this is serious, because we all know we could depend on them. All these organizations, CDC, WHO, WEF, they never let us down, so we can believe what they say is gospel. But it sounds like as long as you're not fucking with birds, you're okay. And this reminds me of this chick that I used to work with. She was an aggressive vegan. Like, she would talk shit about meat. People eat meat, and I can't. Gross. But she had like 50 birds, and she would go home on her lunch break to be with her birds and all this shit. So she probably has fucking parrot fever.
She probably died. You need to check on her.
Nah, fuck that. She had like seriously 25 stickers on the back of her car. You know, they say the more the stickers is the driver. Yeah, 100%. And she was one of those rockabilly chicks. So she dressed like 50s, you know, with the Converse and the cuff pants and the
She sounds beautiful.
fucking weirdo. God, that woman was weird. But she's definitely a front runner for this fucking bird fever. What? Basically,
Did they say that they don't take it seriously though? They're not taking it seriously?
Yeah, they said the risk is low, but
Okay.
that just seems So fucking ridiculous. What do you think
So
of the
why
article?
write an article about it?
I don't know.
Why did they publish this?
I guess, since COVID is winding down, they
Mhm.
got to fucking get something. They got to get people, because it is 2024. It's coming up in November, right? Hint, hint. So I think they're starting to kind of warm those engines of, something's going on. We need you to be in your homes so you can't vote. What do you think?
And this is smart of them actually to blame birds because you can't escape birds. Like birds are everywhere and their poop is everywhere too. Like you go into your backyard and there's bird poop everywhere. So now people are going to be going outside and being like, "Oh my god." And they have to spray down with harsh chemicals all this bird poop because they don't want to get the what's the virus called? The
Parrot fever.
parrot fever.
Parrot fever. That's
So I
right.
don't know, maybe they might be onto something. We believed all of the other stuff, right? I'm not talking about me and you and
Mhm.
your audience, but
But yeah, hook, line, and sinker.
my grandma,
Many
my
people.
grandma might believe this. Like my grandma might avoid birds at all costs now. So I'll have to
But
check on her.
isn't it like, I want to say the other day I heard it was something like over 200 million people got the vaccine in America.
Hmm.
That's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
like
people.
isn't it like 75% of America got it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it
Something high
was
like that.
something crazy. I was
Yeah.
like, really? So yeah, people. But you know what? There are certain sect of our population who is hoping for another pandemic. They're hoping for maybe round 2 of COVID or something like this. They're hoping for something because that was a unique situation that we were in, and it gave a bunch of people who nobody gives a shit about a little
Hmm.
soapbox to stand on and a
Yeah,
bullhorn.
authority. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I got this and I got the booster and I'm staying away and I'm wearing a mask. It gave them a way to look down on the rest of us pure bloods. They could like, ew, you didn't do this, and here's my card. And there are people who got their vaccination card tattooed on them. I'm sorry. Again, King Jericho, we're lining you up. I'm finding an old school car that has a really long car antenna, and I'm just gonna go to town on your back of your fucking legs because you're an idiot. But these people, they're hoping for another situation like that. They need this. They need this shit. So they can't wait to what? Bird shit? Oh my God. They're gonna, again, probably start with the mask. People who
What you
live
mean
around
start? What do you mean start? People haven't even taken
they
it
never
off yet.
stop. They never fucking stop. People who live around seagulls, I don't know what you're gonna do because those things hit like you wouldn't believe. If you don't live by the ocean, you don't know
Nobody's
about
going to the
bird shit.
beach. Nobody's
You
going to
don't
the
know about bird
beach.
shit.
And I'm
Seagulls,
gonna be at the
I
beach like this.
loving it.
Give it to me.
I remember when I worked at Trader Joe's, I uh, would park. The good parking spots were along this wall, and the closer you could get to the corner, away from all the customers who were coming in and out of the parking lot, dinging your shit, the better off. But it was the back. The wall was the back of the post office, and you look up. It was 2 stories up, and you look, and there would be all these seagull
Mhm.
asses lined like they would shit over the side of the wall. I shit you not, no pun intended. I went to my car a few times, and my back window was completely covered with seagull shit. Complete every square inch is like somebody dumped a bucket of seagull shit on my back window. So people who freak out over this shit, and there's plenty of them on the coast. I don't know what you're gonna do around them damn seagulls because they shit their brains out. Ew.
Yeah. Anything that they write in an article, they will fear. So
Believe it. Believe it. Mark says beware the semen. I don't know how that plays into this, but I wouldn't be surprised they mix some of that in there too. Sick fucks. Yeah, there's people just hoping and praying
yeah.
for another pandemic so they can be relevant and so they could say, fuck you, family who
Well, no,
sees me as a
it's like the
weirdo.
security guards and like the people that they all hired at the front door to mask check and temperature check and all of that. Like they can't wait. They can't wait because they got to put on their Walmart uniform in the morning and go
Yeah.
out and be like, I'm ready to conquer these unvaxxed. And
That's
these
right.
anti-mask wearers. But
Hmm.
yeah, and you know
And they
what? You
had
know what'll happen? All these conservatives who claim that they got balls like that and who claim that never again, never forget, they're gonna put on the mask just like they did the
no
first
way.
time. Yes,
No
they
way. I
are.
just can't. You're right. I understand there are some people who will, but I just
Oh, I
can't.
worked with them. I worked with them. Are you kidding me? I worked with the most conservative men you could ever think of, being police officers, retired military. They all they all obeyed. I was the only one, or one of, I think at a certain point the only one, but like then people started catching on, but I was the only one refusing to wear the mask. Me, little old me,
That is
woman.
crazy. And I give people a little leeway because again, those are uncharted waters. To a certain extent, you got me. You got me, motherfucker. World Health Organization, the government, the mandates. You got me.
Yeah,
But
but come on, for
I,
maybe like 2 weeks.
yeah, but again, you're gonna try this shit again? No, hell no. Hell no, you sack of shit. But people will be
I
like,
don't give
oh,
people as much leeway as
yes.
you do. It'll work just as it did the first time.
I'm more of a leeway giver.
Yeah, I'm a realist, okay?
Well, I'm just a little more optimistic. I don't want to think my
I wish I
countrymen
would be.
are that fucking stupid.
Well, they are, and I'm here to tell you that they are.
No,
I
Tori,
worked with them.
we're better than this. As a country, we are better than this, and we're not
No,
gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe twice.
but we're not. You're giving us too much credit. We don't I've told you before, we don't deserve freedom just because we're handed freedom. We don't anyone who put a mask on to walk 5 feet from the host stand to the table at the restaurant, anyone who said, "Okay, I'll put the mask on. I mean, it's just for 5 seconds." You don't deserve freedom. Sorry, I don't care if you live in America. I don't care if you live in any other country. You don't deserve freedom if you're that much of a
Well,
pushover.
who really escaped all of this shit were people in wheelchairs. Because, like you just mentioned, in a restaurant, if you're sitting down, you're good as long as you don't stand up. Because when you're sitting at that table, all of a sudden the COVID it goes around you and over you and
Yeah,
under you.
anyone below 4 feet
So anybody in
escaped
a wheelchair or midgets,
completely.
they were looking at us like, you sick motherfuckers. We don't get nothing down here, player.
Oh my god, yeah,
You know,
put your mask on in between bites. I literally watched people do that.
are you?
I
Yeah,
literally
I've seen that.
and it was fun, and this is why I need my Instagram back, because I will record these people, and at the gym, I take my phone out and I'm like, "Oh, I don't have an Instagram," because I'll be watching people at the gym with masks on just struggling. And what's the craziest thing is, at the gym, there are actual germs that you should be aware of. Like, people
Mm-hmm.
wipe their ass and then they touch the same machine that you touch, right? Like, that's disgusting. So I'm very aware when I'm at the gym. Okay, I'm going to do my workout. And then obviously I touched my phone. So I'm going to clean my phone off and wash my hands after my workout. Well, today I was watching this woman work out with the mask on. She was hustling and bustling with this mask on. And I watched her leave the gym without, after touching all of these machines and whatever else. She touched them all and she left the gym. She didn't even go into the bathroom to wash her hands.
Oh, you dirty
So you're
bitch.
telling me you in here trying to be aware of your surroundings and worried about COVID, but you're not worried enough to actually have sense to wash your hands?
Yeah, you got ball sweat, ass juice all over your hands. You about to go grab some snack and throw it in your mouth.
But she was wearing a mask, so she's protected.
Yeah, as long as it's not really like as long as it's magical. Something happens because when you have that mask on you, all of a sudden the germs and the bacteria they don't even fuck with you. You just need
No,
that
you're
stupid
immune.
you just need that stupid mask on your face and the stupid masks that you probably been wearing for a couple of days. You ain't getting a new mask every fucking day. That shit's hanging around your gear shift or on your rear view mirror, and you're gonna put that filthy thing back on your face. But despite all that, Toya, remember this: they're better than
Of
you. Okay?
course they are. And they're in much better shape than I am, and they're never going to get sick.
I'm better than you.
Even though I haven't been sick for like 4 years, but yeah, it was fine.
You know what? There are people who believe that. There are people who believe that in our government who come out and say it, that, you know, they're better than you because they put that shit on their face.
Oh, I know.
Remember
Conservatives have said that.
Yeah, Biden said that you killed your grandma. That empty seat at the breakfast table, you fucking killed your grandma. You piece of shit.
Yeah, no, she's good. She got all her boosters. She good.
She's boosted up. I'm boosted
More
out.
boosted than
Boosted
T-Mobile.
Yeah,
Or Boost Mobile.
I can't. I don't have a room for any more boosts. You can't even give me a boost over a fence. I can't. I don't know more room for boosts. Boost.
She don't need a booster chair.
Nothing. Don't even say that to me. Okay, here we go. More vaccine. Vax happy 62-year-old gets COVID shot more than 200 times, leaving scientists stunned. I did a little reel on this on Instagram. Tori didn't fucking see it.
I know my mom follows you. I've been using my mom's account. I got you.
Oh, cool,
I still be giving you your views. I got you.
Cool. Good looking out. Shout out to moms.
Shout out.
He followed the science, and now the science is following him. Clever. A 62-year-old man claiming to have received more than 200 COVID-19 vaccines is being studied by experts who say they've been amazed by their findings thus far. Analysis of the uber cautious German, published in the journal Lancet Infectious Diseases, found that the vaccines continue to create antigens and provide increased immunity even after an alleged 217 doses. Doubt it. Researchers at Friedrich Alexander Universität Erlangen Bundesscheiße. You just hear picture Hitler and his little fucking hairs flapping. I'm not going to read all that shit. We contacted him and invited him to undergo various tests in Erlangen. He was very interested in doing so, said Dr. Kilian Schober from the Institute of Microbiology at Germany's University Hospital. The team found official evidence of 134 COVID-19 vaccines of 8 different types over a 9-month period. The shot-happy
I was like, what?
Sexagenarian? What the fuck does that mean? Claims
I
to
have
have
learning to do. Jesus.
Can you look that up, Tori, while I'm reading this? Can you look at what a sexagenarian is? Do you know?
Just don't scroll up.
Sorry to assume that you don't know.
No, I don't, and I need to learn the English language, I guess.
Yeah, what the
A
fuck?
a person who is from 60 to 69 years old.
Oh, okay, like an octogenarian or whatever, like people above 80. Okay, I get it. The shot-happy sexagenarian claims to have been inoculated 217 times over a 29-month span. Did he not have a card? Why would they agree to give him this shit? It is not known why the man received such a large number of vaccines. The public prosecutor in Germany, in the German city of Magdeburg, where the study subject lived, opened a fraud investigation to investigate the man's claims, but never filed charges. The eager participant provided the research team with blood and saliva samples that had been previously collected, along with new samples. He even insisted on getting more vaccinations after the team had contacted him and provided samples after those had been injected. The highly inoculated man did not report any side effects from the vaccines. However, the researchers did find that his immune system produced a large amount of antibodies against SARS-CoV-2, I guess that stands for. Overall, we did not find any indication for a weaker immune response, rather the contrary. Katharina Kocher, one of the leading authorities of the study, said the team found that the man's immune system was fully functioning and showed signs of increased immunity against the coronavirus compared to those who received the more typical 3 rounds of the vaccine. Even the final jab included in the study, which the man said was his 217th, was found to create more antigens and boost immunity. Researchers also did not find any evidence that the subject had ever contracted COVID-19. This study was the first to show what effects hyper-vaccination would have on the immune system. So I guess, let's see, the team found that the man's immune system was fully blah, 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 blah. I guess that's his card or whatever. It's with some redacted
How would they
info.
know? How would they know if he's ever had COVID? Like, is that supposed to be on some sort of website where we give our information and say, I've had COVID this many
Well,
times?
this is Germany. Who knows? You know, Europe, they got some weird shit over there. Vaccines contain a small dose of something similar to the virus it's intended to protect against, allowing the body to recognize the pathogen and build a rapid and effective response should it enter the body. Some scientists have believed that hyper-vaccination would weaken the immune system and cause the body's antigens to become accustomed to the virus, making the vaccines less effective. They were surprised to learn the reverse was true.
Because of one man. So it must
One
be
guy.
true.
8 billion
Okay.
people, pick one. Let's base it all on him. And they just said that they were wrong, thinking that the opposite would happen. Despite the promising results, experts do not recommend exceeding the recommended amount of vaccinations for any condition. Current research, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that last sentence. Okay. So, one thing I want to know, is there a limit on your immune system? Like, if you keep injecting yourself with the vaccines, does it get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, or is there a limit on it? And number two, it said in the article that when you get a vaccine, it's giving you a small dose of said virus so that your body can build a rapid response to it. So could you not achieve the same thing by getting a little sick? Wouldn't the same thing happen? Or are you getting
Are you a
sick with that?
scientist?
No, I'm not. I don't know if this camera's bad. I'm not wearing a white coat. I don't have any beakers, but you could achieve. I mean, right? I hate to oversimplify it, but judging by that sentence, you would achieve the same thing by being infected the old-fashioned way, by getting sick. Now, the dose they give you, like, let's say you get sick the old-fashioned way, touching a surface, some asshole coughs, doesn't cover their mouth. Is that the same dose of that sickness that you would get through a shot? I don't understand, but I do understand that a vaccine is a small dose of the virus, so you can build immunity to it. So if you were to go out and get it the old-fashioned way, your body would still build an immunity to it. Or does your body know, no, that came from a needle, I'll build an immunity to that, but this came from somebody else? Like, your body doesn't fucking know. So you would get the same results if they just fucked off and let people live their lives, correct? You tell me, are you a scientist? I don't know, you tell me.
I do identify as a scientist. Yes,
Oh,
I
then you
do.
are. Then you are.
I would say through my research, pumping a whole bunch of chemicals into your body would probably weaken your immune system, but that's just me. That's just me. I've never had the flu and I've never had a flu vaccine. I did get COVID. It was a loss of smell for a couple weeks, and I don't think that was not very avoidable for people. I think like it was spreading like crazy, and that's what happens. Like, people get sick. And GION can go into detail about what he thinks about that, like it being
Oh,
radiation
yeah.
and stuff. So, like, I don't think that was very avoidable, but I didn't get hit the way other people got hit because I'm healthy. Um, I actually care about what I put in my body, whether that be food, and anything else. No homo.
None whatsoever. Zero
But no,
homo.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just talking about like vaccine. I've never had a I mean, besides baby ones that I didn't control, right? And my mom looks back at that like, what a mistake that was, because I'm a little bit retarded. But my retardation is not anything to do with my health. But yeah, no, I according to me and my scientific background. Oh, someone's
You got a warrant? Come in.
for real. Yeah, guys, I don't know. My scientific background leads me to believe that the more chemicals you put into your body, the weaker your God-given immune system becomes.
And that being true, does this dude have an immune system left? 200 and I mean, taking him at his word, 217. Because I think it said in the article they could verify that he had 100 and something. Whatever.
Okay, who's
100.
giving him that though?
Exactly.
Who's allowing that to happen?
Does he not have a like? It shows he had a card, and I'm sure that one card can't fit 217 vaccines.
Well,
on
it's not just COVID. Is that what they're claiming? That it's
yeah,
not
he
just
got
COVID.
the COVID vaccination.
Oh, the COVID vaccine
217
200
times.
times. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they said he never got COVID, so I don't know. That just sounds like a fucking
wow,
mess.
that's a lot of work to avoid the common flu.
And just I would love to be able to go in an alternate dimension and see what would have happened if they never shut down the economy and just let it happen. No social distancing, all that bullshit. What a disgusting shit stain on the American fabric. Like that part late 2019, 2020, up until whenever the fuck we're done talking about this shit.
Trump's presidency? Don't you? Oh.
Yeah, it was. It fell
Don't
under
you
that.
say, huh?
But this whole thing, what a weird, awkward time to live through. That was just
No, it was. It definitely was.
fucking weird, man. But what would have happened if they just, hey, people, you're adults, you're parents, you do what you want with your kids and your life, and
we would have known no different. We would have known no different. It would have just been, oh, I'm sick, gotta stay home. Like, who goes to work if they're feeling sick? Like, if they're feeling that sick, they're not going to go to work. But what they did was they forced us to go to work in order to test so that they can get their data and, force test us every day. I think it was every day. I'm trying to remember what they had set up for us, but I know that they had nurses come into our department and give us the stick up the ass, or sorry, the stick up the nose, and or the ass, depending on which officer was there, and which,
like, I know my nose is fine, but can you
every day and they would but yeah, had they not done that, people would have just stayed home if they didn't feel up to working, if they felt like they were going to get other people sick. But in this instance, you're spreading it more because you're coming to work. You got to get the test. You got to make sure that you're sick. And then you have to wait for the test to come back. And then you take your 3 days allowed time off. Like, all of these agencies got so much funding for this. Do you know how like we had a policy that if you tested, I mean, the policies were changing. If I typed in COVID policy, you would see 20, 30 emails like a month, because that's how often the policy would change. But we had a policy, if you tested positive for COVID, that your sergeant had to send you home, had to clean out the car that you were in, so, like bomb it, like a cockroach bomb type thing, but like a COVID bomb the car, clean it out like that, and you're home for like a week. So there's or if you dealt with an inmate that was within 3 feet of you for over an hour. So you know what I did? You guys want to mess with me? Tell me I have to test and submit my results to HR. The moment that I got my my prisoner, the moment I got my prisoner that had COVID, positive for COVID, and I was with him for like 5 hours of my shift, Sergeant, it's time for me to go home per policy. I'm taking my week off.
Yeah.
Hi.
This is what you wanted.
But who's funding that? Who's funding all of those hours off? Who's funding your bank, your COVID bank, your 80 hours of COVID bank? Like, your taxes. This ain't free. This is communism.
They're still trying to get people to take the COVID money. I just interviewed Colin Plume the other day. He's the CEO of Noble Gold Investments. And he was telling me that they're still trying to get him to take money, because he has an X amount of employees or whatever that qualifies him for the money. They're still trying to give it to him. He's refusing. He's like, I don't need it. This shit's passed.
Does he have to pay it back?
He didn't mention that. I don't know. Probably free money. Who's fucking? How many stories did you hear about people taking their PPP loan money and buying Ferraris and going to strip clubs? Like, what oversight? That shit was just, again, a strange time in our history, and it's going to have lasting effects forever. And who knows what it's going to do to our kids who are in school. And that was probably the saddest thing, is seeing little kids with masks on. The healthiest of our population. Their bodies have not been racked by poor diets and drugs and alcohol and all the other stupid shit we do as adults. And you got these little kids. I'm not talking about high schoolers. I'm talking about elementary school kids wearing masks. That's just
so sad.
Fuck?
I know people who I went to high school with who have kids who, like, I'll screenshot their, back in the day when I had an Instagram a couple months ago. I would screenshot it and send it to my best friend who I went to high school with, of this girl in specific who masked her 3 kids every day. I mean, she would post pictures, first day of school, like whatever, wherever they're going, store, grocery store, park, whatever, always wearing a mask. Always. And, like, I don't know her like that to say anything. And also, why would I want to? Because, like, if that's where your head is, I don't think I want to have a conversation with you at all. But yeah, that's child abuse.
That was the gayest shit. They had, in my son's class, I think he was in preschool at the time. And it was his birthday. And this was before the kids back in school. Like, this was lockdown with the stupid in-home. What was the term? I can't remember the term for that shit, but where they had the computers and you fucking got a kid sitting in front of a laptop. So
distance learning or something?
Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but I think you're right. But he goes out in the front yard and the teachers like drive by in their cars. Oh, happy birthday. And like, what the fuck? Don't even do anything. What is this weird shit you're doing that you're trying to get them used to? Why even do anything? But they drive, and you see it, happening to kids in the neighborhood shit. And they drive it, and the kids who graduated, who had to stay in their car to get their diploma. What kind of weird shit was that? No prom? Man, fuck that. That was messed up. And again, who knows the future ramifications of that? Those poor kids.
Oh, we know it. Look at these kids. They can't communicate. They can't look you in your eyes and talk to you and have a normal conversation.
Yeah, that's so weird. That's so fucking weird. Man, why would they want to do that?
And I'm not just talking about kids. I'm talking about adults too. Like, it's affected adults to the point where, like, even dating. I'm not even going to go into like super detail because I haven't been on dates as of late.
Super dates.
But my Lord, like, hold a conversation.
Yeah,
but this has taught people you don't have to hold a conversation because it got people so attached to their phones, social media, online. And I don't think that's just COVID, but the COVID really like messed with people's heads when it comes to like facial expressions and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just good at being able to look at someone and tell if they're lying, or to like be able to look at their facial expressions. But what about deaf people? Like, I remember seeing deaf people who were they had to wear a mask, but they had to write on the mask like, I'm deaf, I need to see your mouth, like, to read your lips because I'm deaf.
What a weird thing. I need to see your
How
mouth.
Horrible. I need to see your mouth. But like, how horrible. Imagine having a disability like that where you actually rely on having to see somebody's face, facial expressions, like reading their lips. And they're just screwed. Like, they were the most screwed. Kids and people with disabilities.
Yeah, forget it. The most vulnerable in our society. Fuck them. And one thing that was funny about it is seeing people take their mask off. You're like, is this motherfucker going to be ugly or what? And they take their mask off. You're like, oh shit.
They're like, oh, that's why you have it on.
Yeah,
because you're missing a tooth.
Your face is all fucked up. Cover that thing up, please.
But nowadays, if I see people wearing a mask, that I'm just gonna assume that, just so that I have some sense of humor in my mind, and that I'm not so hateful towards anyone wearing a mask, is like, they must have no teeth.
Yeah, something's wrong. And I think
Something.
I've mentioned this. I know I've mentioned it on my channel, but I remember going. We were on a hike somewhere, and we just parked. And we're gonna walk, start the hike. And we look over. This is other car parked the same time we did. Man and a woman. They got out. They were walking together on the trail. The man had a mask on. The woman did not. They got out of the same car. So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But they got out of the car and then they kissed each other through the mask. She kissed him on his mouth with his mask on. Like, what? I mean, you're a couple. I'm assuming you guys are having sex. So you guys are like swapping fluids, but you're going to put them like, I would, if my wife left, I would just, what the fuck are you talking about? Take this shit off. We're going to kiss through the mask? Ew.
Well, she pegged him. She pegged him right after.
Oh,
you didn't see that part?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
We definitely went in the opposite direction of those dumbasses. But yeah, she probably took him in the woods and just gave it to his fucking stinker. He loved it. Probably got poison oak on his fucking turd cutter. That has to be terrible. Huh? Anybody out there ever
Wait, I've never heard that. Turd cutter?
Yeah, the turd cutter. That's what cuts the turds when it comes out your butthole.
Oh.
Or your leather Cheerio, your chili ring. There's a lot of different shout out to my brother. He told me chili ring years ago. That was the most disgusting shit I've ever heard.
Chili ring? Yeah.
Your God. Chili ring. But yeah, she probably went to town on him in the bushes. And he's okay with that. But I was just like, man, like, tell me you're neutered without telling me you're neutered. And that was his way of doing it. Because he kissed that woman. She kissed him on his mask. I was like, oh, dude. Where's the meteor? Huh? Where's that Texas-sized meteor that I was promised in that movie Armageddon? Please hit us now.
And that new one, that movie, you saw that movie, right? The one with
which one?
It's on Netflix. You did a thing about it.
Leave the world behind.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I wish I could have left that movie behind. That was stupid as fuck. And
so dumb.
Of course, Ethan Hawke. So Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts were the main couple, or were two of the main characters. There was only 6 of them. Black guy and his daughter, and then their family of 4. Those are the main characters. And he was a little bitch. Like, you wore the pants, and we're gonna do this, and we're going here, and okay, just
okay, honey.
A beta mark ass fucking soft handshake dude. I'm like, man, your son probably shoulder checks you in the hallway and fucking takes your debit card, and you don't do shit about it. I'm just a fucking buster. You're from California.
That's so many men. Oh yeah, so many.
Just a buster.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about it. I was watching a guy at the gym with nail polish on. So.
Yeah, come on, fellas.
Don't paint your nails, dudes. Don't wear skinny jeans and don't wear hoop earrings.
Yeah, man. Don't have no skin tight jeans where you can see whether or not you're circumcised in the front. Tight jeans are for ladies. They're the only ones who should be laying down on their back on the bed, sucking it in to get those tight jeans zipped up. Not you, fellas.
I did not know where that was going.
Oh, stick with me. I'll bring it home. Yeah, that's for the ladies. Nail polish, mani-pedis, and all that. That's for the ladies. I'm sorry, but I guess not anymore, huh? You better make room. They better expand those nail salons because you got some new customers.
Yes,
Scoot over,
queen.
ladies. Scoot
yes,
over.
Queen. It's giving.
Scoot over. I need to get my mani-pedi too. I need to have pretty toes before I get my chili ring blown out. Ew. Anyway, Tori, look where you took this conversation.
Sorry, I don't think it was me.
I don't think you're sorry, and you shouldn't be. Patients struggle to get life-saving. Life-saving. Watch that word, because that's abortion. That's life-saving care. So be careful of that word. Facts. Patients struggle to get life-saving medication after cyber attack on a major healthcare company. What?
Wait, I need to reread that. Sorry, hold on. My retardation is kicking in. Patients struggle to get life-saving medication after cyber attack. Okay, got it. Thanks. Continue.
And there was a time not too long ago where you think, oh, fucking China. But who's to say our own country our own government didn't do that?
China ain't worried about us. Trust me.
China don't give a fuck. China's too busy starving their people. Why should they worry about us? Why should they?
We're so gay. We are so gay.
Look who we have in charge. Look what they've done to our military. Look what they're doing, what they're trying to do. to the next generation. So I wouldn't worry about us either.
Yeah.
Desperate patients around the country have been forced to choose between paying out of pocket for essential medications or foregoing them entirely as the aftermath of a cyber attack on a major healthcare company stretches into its third week. Change Healthcare, a little known but critical subsidiary of United Health Group, detected the attack on February 21st. Since then, pharmacies, doctors' offices, and patients say their lives and work have been upended by widespread outages and systems commonly used for medical billing and insurance claims. Disruptions to copay assistance and coupon card processing at pharmacies, in particular, have highlighted key vulnerabilities in a system on which people's lives depend. Rhonda Miller, 54, said she and her husband rely on a discount card to afford his insulin. He has type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure. But when he tried to pick up his medication at her pharmacy in Deadwood, South Dakota, on February 22nd, the card could not be processed. Without it, the medications would cost hundreds of dollars. When you are diabetic, whether it's type 1 or type 2, without insulin, they're going to die, Miller said. Looks like he's a veteran, so why is he not taken care of? Change Healthcare's technology is involved in transactions throughout the industry, beyond those involving United Healthcare Insurance. The company says it completes 15 billion transactions a year, amounting to 1.5 trillion in health claims. On its website, Change said the hack affected 21 parts of its business, including many that providers use to receive payments, get reimbursed by insurers, and process patients' insurance eligibility. After that, anything that requires interaction between health plans, a pharmacy, a facility, an office has been disrupted, said Dr. Jesse Ehrenfeld, the president of the American Medical Association. That has far-reaching implications, whether you're on routine standard medications, whether you rely on a rebate program from a pharmaceutical company, whether you're just trying to get clearance to have routine elective surgery. United Health Group said in a statement that it took immediate action to disconnect Change Healthcare system to prevent further impact, and that the services would remain offline until we are certain we can turn them back on safely. The company said Tuesday that a new network connecting pharmacies to benefit managers could come online as soon as Thursday. Laura Lester, who owns Marion Family Pharmacy in Marion, Virginia, said the biggest effect in her community has been on patients who can't afford their medications without copay assistance cards. We've got people walking away from diabetes medicines, antipsychotics, ADHD medications, she said. We had one woman yesterday who had to pay $1,100 out of pocket because the copay card wasn't working. The patient needed the medication for her irritable bowel syndrome. Damn, why you got to put her out like that? That's fucked up. Even patients who don't use copay assistance have faced immense challenges. Donna Hamlet, 73, a breast cancer patient at Florida Cancer Specialists and Research Institute, takes a medication called Ibrance, or Ibrance, whatever, that would cost her around $16,000 a month without insurance. But on February 23rd, she said a pharmacy told her it couldn't process her refill through insurance because of the cyber attack. And there is Donna Hamlet. Looking good for 73, girl. What you up to?
I see you.
Without the drug, Hamlet said, the cancer would fill up my body and I guess I would die. After 4 or 5 days of phone calls, she got her prescription filled via Optum RX, a United Health Group pharmacy benefit manager. Nathan Walker, CEO of Florida Institute Treating Hamlet, estimates that $350 million worth of the practice's charges have been affected by the billing delays due to the cyber attack. So, oh boy, so much. What do the kids say? Let's unpack it. That is totally fucked up. Number one, that people have to pay that kind of money for their medication. That company makes 1.5 trillion. Let me make sure I read that correctly. It says it does over 15 billion transactions a year, totaling. Okay, the company says it completes 15 billion transactions a year, amounting to $1.5 trillion in health claims. Okay, that's the health claims. But I imagine this company has a lot of money. So how does that happen? How do you not have a computer system strong enough to repel a cyber attack? Like, you could find some 15-year-old Indian kid who could probably fucking make your system the most secure in the world. Why does that happen? How does that happen? You have tons of fucking money. Why does this happen? They can't build a firewall and all these technical terms, but you can't make a system that can repel something like this and not allow something like that to happen. You got these people are going to die if she don't get her cancer medication. If that dude doesn't get his diabetes medication and his heart medication, that dude's going to die. Could you imagine turning away and walking away from the counter out of the pharmacy, going back home to what? If you don't get in a certain time, that's totally fucked up. And I'm not for socialism. I know we have aspects of socialism in our society, and I'm not for the free healthcare for everybody, but something's got to be done. Our country needs an update across the board. Our medical care system, our infrastructure, everything. Our whole country needs an update. Our airports, our cities, our sewer systems. Why are we behind places like Dubai, Moscow, and all these other cities? Why are we so far behind? Why are we behind? Why do our skylines not look like Hong Kong or something? Or would they have the tallest building? Where's that tallest building in the world or whatever? Why doesn't it look like that? We're America. We got all this fucking money. Why don't we spend it on ourselves and update our country? Our infrastructure is bullshit. Our healthcare system is bullshit. Why?
It's really bad. Because it's all about profit. That's why. They don't care about you. They don't care.
Why?
But
why did it take you 10 months to get a fucking MRI?
Yeah. I should have pushed for it, so I blame myself kind of, but I didn't know any better. I didn't know that, an x-ray shows that I'm not injured, but there could be something more internal that could be wrong. That's why I'm in pain. But I'm not a doctor.
But somebody in their department or their healthcare provider should have said that to you. It's not up to you to know that. These medical professionals should know that, and she needs A, B, and C right away.
Right, and at least to look into it, yeah. But I mean, that's a whole bunch. That's pretty deep. That's some deep stuff right there. To get into the medical care system. But as far as like a cyber attack, how did we do it 50 years ago? I mean, people were able to get healthcare back then, right? And we didn't have computers and stuff, so they couldn't go backtrack and make some phone calls and say, "Hey, is this woman insured by, whatever? Okay, cool. Confirmation. Bam, we're good. Here's your meds." Like, it can't be that difficult. Like, even if all of the systems are down, which, is an issue, we need to figure that out. But let's just say that all the systems are down. They have to have record of something somehow, right? They have to have something in the books. Okay, this woman, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we can't live without technology, right?
That's a shame.
Yeah, we could call the insurance company and see what is she, what does her insurance cover. But as far as the prices, I think it was LASIK. Do you know about LASIK and how that was like affordable to people? I think what happened was
eye surgery.
Yeah, they took it. Insurance companies no longer provided you with LASIK because they deemed it as superficial. What's the word?
Like cosmetic or something?
Yeah, cosmetic. So they looked at it as a cosmetic surgery. So they no longer allowed people to get it covered via their insurance, and so that allowed for companies to um, make their own prices, and so that's an affordable thing because I think when insurance covered it, it was, I don't know, like $50,000 or something crazy. Now it's like you can go and get LASIK for a couple $1,000s, but that's because they took it out of the communism aspect of this insurance BS and it put it into the consumers to say, hey, who's the best LASIK surgery in town and where can I go and get the best price? So Like, we have to kind of do that with other stuff. Like, I know certain things, certain procedures are affordable, um, and that's because the insurance doesn't accept it. But then there are, the opposite, where a lot of actual illnesses are not covered by insurance, or cancers, or if you sign up for an insurance company too late, like, I don't know, like if you're already sick or something, they'll charge you an astronomical amount for your medicines, versus if you're young. But there's people who can't afford um, even their copays to get life-saving medication.
Like
So I don't know.
real life-saving medication,
Right,
actual.
but then what is approved? Transgender therapy, and what's like taking estrogen and hormones and all of
Yeah, the
that.
hormone
That's
therapy
all
and all that.
approved. Yeah, getting your dick chopped off, that's approved.
Hey,
That's approved.
we can't get you your diabetes medication, but we will cut your dick and your tits off. That's covered.
And
And
that's what our health system is now. Is they'll approve things that they deem as necessary, but who's deeming these things as necessary?
exactly. Who's the deemer? Um,
The
I
deemer.
I think that competition would solve a lot of our problems. It would stop the monopoly on certain things,
Mhm.
like the medical insurance and the medical um, healthcare. Definitely, I think pretty much everything. If you open it up to the free market and you open it up to competition, that's going to breed the best. These big, huge, bloated companies who you're on the phone with them for 2 hours trying to get somebody. If there's a smaller business out there, hey, we can help you. Hey, we'll take your insurance. We can fill your order and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And in these situations where these people have medication that they really do need to stay alive, hey, here you go. We'll bill you later or something like that. There's that human element is taken out of it. There has to be care. And I think that's missing because of these huge companies. There aren't the mom and pop insurance companies or mom and pop pharmacies so much where you can go in and there's that human element. I know things are hard right now, our system's down, but we're still going to take care of you. They've lost sight of the patient. That's supposed to be the most important thing, not their bottom line, not when they're going to get reimbursed. And that is important. You're in a business, you're not giving away shit for free, but there has to be a human element to that. And I think we can get back to that with more competition. But look at
Yeah.
Google. Google it's so much of a monopoly that word is probably in the dictionary. Google it. I'm gonna go on Google. Google that shit. That's like Xerox or Kleenex. That's one of those
Mhm.
companies that we just use. It's synonymous with finding shit out. But what happened to the Ask Jeeves and the Bings of the world? Remember those search engines? It should be opened up to that. It shouldn't just be
Mhm.
one or two. And that's one of the few things that our government is supposed to do is break up monopolies so there's competition so we as the consumer get the best possible product from the best
Mhm.
possible provider. And I don't know where that happened. I don't know what meeting they had in somewhere and the powers that be shook hands and made this shit so. But that is fucking terrible, man. It really is. And we're on our way to being like Canada, where they're like, hey, you got cancer, but we can't see you for 8 months. So it's
Mhm.
probably easier if you just die. If you just come to
Yeah.
this fucking suicide camp and we'll
Yep.
just, will you lay down?
That's
We'll have a car
approved.
running.
If you
Yeah, we'll
wanna
have a
die, that's approved.
yeah, we can do that. We'll have a car running outside. Let's put a hose through the window. You fuckers will be dead in no time. And that's really how it is. People come here to get things that they would die from back home.
Yeah, well, they've also, I think, mandated having healthcare. Like, it should be my choice to not want. I mean, let's be realistic. How many times does a healthy person have to go to the hospital a year? Probably never. Or once. Like, once. You might sprain an ankle. You might, I don't know, get eczema. I get eczema every now and then, like on my finger. Like, that's about it. Okay. And I got a little cream and that's it. But a healthy person who takes care of their body, goes to the gym, works out, doesn't get triple boosted, probably doesn't need to go to the hospital too often. So why
Yeah.
is that person being punished via taxes to have to get an insurance plan? I think it was like Obamacare, right? Wasn't it Obamacare who
That's
forced you
correct.
into that?
That's correct. That
Mm.
was one of my greatest achievements. Obamacare. That's
And I
right.
think
You're being penalized.
it's still here, right? Like
Mhm.
they never did away with that, right? So
Nope.
if you don't have insurance, you have to pay yearly to not have insurance, which should be my decision because I decide what I put into my body, right?
Yeah, and mostly young people. There are mostly young people who want to opt out of it because you're young. You're
Right.
fine.
You
You're
don't need it.
pretty healthy. You don't need that shit until later. I remember getting a job a long time ago and I opted out of it to not get insurance. I was like, I'm cool. I don't need it. And I didn't
Right.
have to pay for it, but that was pre Obamacare.
Mm.
Big deal.
And if you
And
did need it, and if you did have to go to the ER or whatever, um, then you got to pay that bill, and that's
yeah,
the
I'll
risk
deal
that
with
you
it.
take.
That's exactly. Let me manage my own risk. If I want to do it, let me do it. No, we know better, and we'll force you to pay for medical coverage. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
I need medical coverage because my husband, wife Michelle, goes hard on my butthole.
Mhm.
No, she does too.
She got a big back. She muscular as hell. I
Get
would
me.
love to be a fly in that room.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I
You don't
would.
want to get none of that on you. Ugh.
I might not
Ugh.
wanna get it on me, but I'd wanna watch.
Ugh. If
Oh,
you're in the room,
man.
you're going to get something on you. I imagine it's pretty messy.
Something. Diddy's up in there too.
Take that. Take that. Yeah, take that. Take that.
Diddy's
Oh,
recording.
Diddy, are you next to get in on some of this butthole? Yeah, I'll get on there. And he does like the Harlem Shake over there. Fuck
Do you really think do you really think Big Mike is
yeah.
a man?
I mean, I don't think those are their kids. I don't think that was a real marriage. Um, yeah, man. Post COVID world, I'm open to anything.
Yeah,
I bet
that's true.
she got a fat hog under there. Like, like if a lady saw that dick, that would give you pause. Like, I don't know, player. That's gonna be up in the intestines. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
probably. I see it. I see it.
She got a hog. I doubt Michelle Obama has a little dick. That thing probably has a fucking elbow on it.
I saw a video of her dancing and it was something was wobbling.
Right?
Something was in there wobbling. I don't know
Something
what it
was
was.
bouncing. Something was
Something was going.
bouncing
You
around
know what
down
I'm
there.
talking about, right? She was wearing white too. It was
Yeah,
like
that's fucking that big old lap hog. That thing was hanging and banging. Hell yeah. That thing has it's she has to that thing files its own taxes. That thing's a dependent. That's a big old fucking that's a big dog. Ooh.
Woo.
And I handle it pretty well. So you do, Barry. Anywho, Texas teacher's limbs became mummified after infection she thought was just a cold. Man, that dog. I saw this video yesterday. That dog fucked up.
Interesting. Wait,
Dog's
what
gonna mount
dog? Oh, you
right here
don't
on
have the
this.
screen. You don't have it shown.
Oh, I
You
didn't.
didn't share
My
it.
bad.
You didn't
Yeah,
share it.
this.
You're too distracted by Mike's dingaling.
Damn, ding-a-ling on the mind. All right, there.
Don't
What do you
talk
call
about
it?
dogs.
A schnauzer. That's what it is. A schnauzer. Oh, it sounds like a Nazi dog. Bring me the schnauzer. But that thing got attacked by a mountain
What
lion.
happened? Oh,
It's in
did
their
it live?
backyard. I think so. The people saved it. They came out and heard it fucking yelling like a bitch. Saved it. Like, do people not have guns? You see all these videos of people coming out like, black bears in their front yard or a fucking coyote or something. Like, you don't have a gun? Shoot that thing. We'd have a mountain lion rug in front of the fireplace in no time.
Heck no. Heck no. I'm inviting that thing in for breakfast. What you talking about?
Nah, that thing's getting fucking a 12 gauge to the mouth. If it's fucking chewing up your dog, if it had one of your motherfuckers
Oh, of
in its mouth,
course. Of
yeah,
course.
the thing's getting
Yes.
blasted. I'm not going out there with
But
a
I
fucking.
believe in my dogs. They big dogs. They pits. They can
But
stand up for themselves.
either way, if there's a mountain lion in my front yard, it is
For
going to
sure.
be shot.
For
Period.
sure.
I'm not gonna.
For sure.
You're out there with a fucking house shoe trying to, man, that thing from the front door.
Here, kitty,
Fuck
kitty.
that. Yeah, dude, I'm about to have that thing fucking wrapped around my shoulders like James
Kim
Earl Jones
Kardashian.
and fucking Coming to America. We had the lion fucking head on his man. I'm blasting that mountain lion.
No,
Yeah.
save the mountain lions.
I mean, yeah, if I see it out in the wild, I'm not gonna fuck with it. But you come down to my yard, dude, you about to get the business.
You about to get this two-way.
Yeah, you getting this Mossberg up your ass, mountain lion. And tell your friends. Okay. Texas high school teacher who had all 4 of her limbs amputated, damn, after they turned black and offended and became mummified following a seemingly routine infection, says she's choosing to be happy despite the whole fuck. Sherry Moody, damn, 51, who taught students in Deer Park outside Houston, started feeling what she thought was a cold coming on during a class trip in April 2023, paid it little mind. But within days, she found herself running a high fever. After waking up one night with trouble breathing, she went to the hospital. I've never gone to the ER before in my life. A healthy person. I was very healthy, very in shape, and I ate right and exercised. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Doctors determined she was suffering from double pneumonia, which they said had been brought on by streptococcus, the bacteria that causes strep throat. Didn't it say that? Streptococcus.
What?
Her body had gone into septic shock, a life-threatening response to infection, which severely drops the body's blood temperature. That's ironic. Your body drops its blood temperature, and that can potentially kill you, but it's trying to save you. So that's her. Looks like frostbite. Damn, that's
so sad.
Wow.
Imagine.
Oh man. I had to Google what sepsis was. I had no idea. We're pretty healthy people. Her husband, David, told Today. I recognized real quick that we were in a severe situation. I was scared to pieces. Complicating the matter was an arthritis medication Sherry had been taking, which weakened her body's ability to fight infection. David described Sherry's ordeal as like a Category 5 hurricane coming in. She had nothing to fight with. It's like she went to war with no soldiers. Damn, she was. Oh, wow. Sherry, the mother of a grown son, was put into a coma by doctors who treated her with drugs that fought to return blood flow to her vital organs at the expense of circulation to her arms and legs. I literally watched my wife's feet and hands die, David said. Horrifying photos show just that. Sherry sitting on the edge of a hospital bed with tubes running from her body and her hands and legs hanging black and limp. They were black and they were mummified. All right, enough with the black. After saving her life, doctors determined Sherry's arms and legs needed to be amputated below the elbows and the knees. She told Today that she cried at first but felt calm despite the life-changing news. The amputations were performed in June 2023, and by August, she was back home. Ooh. David and Sherry, high school sweethearts who graduated from the same high school where Sherry taught, are adjusting to the new realities of their life together. He left his job to care for his wife full time, but both have tried to choose happiness and not let the hardships define them. I just choose to be happy, Sherry said. It's not to say that I don't have a breakdown every now and then and just cry a little bit. I don't let it last long. David remains in awe of his wife's strength, saying he feels like she's had a harder time coping while he's had a harder time coping while she remains undeterred. She is just amazing. I've had more struggles, he told Today. Both of us together talk about our blessings. We talk about the things that are going right in our day and in our lives, David added. Wow.
It's so sad.
What a kick in the nuts.
She's just got to roll with it now.
Oh, that's fucked up. I mean, hands down. I mean, my male pervert mind, of course, went right to the bedroom. So obviously things are different. Is it going to be like because she still has needs, so is it going to be like a modified, or I wonder if she'll get
she still has a vagina. What are you talking about?
I know, yeah, I'm saying, but she still has needs and everything's still there. But what's
They didn't amputate her pussy.
Like, hey, doc, leave that there. Don't take that. No, what's the word I'm looking for? The fucking the artificial arms and legs, prosthetics.
Oh, yeah.
She'll probably get prosthetics, which will probably help her return to a sense of normalcy. But I'm sure he's like, hey, you healthy? Are you good? You feeling all right? Because he has needs too. So I'm sure that'll be.
I think she's still. I mean, what does she not have? I mean,
But she does, but still, she don't have no arms and legs. That's gonna shit's different. You know what I mean? Shit's different. It's not gonna be like, they're both. He's gonna have to do all the moving and positioning and flipping it
I
over and all
mean,
that.
like, go back to the picture though. Like, she's still got some nubs.
I mean, he's like, hey, what's up?
She still has nubs.
She does.
I'm sure. You know what? That he might not have to do all the work. What are you talking about? She's lighter now too. She can get around easier.
He's like, we can get real fucked up in here now. I mean, yeah, but that's a real thing though. Eventually, yeah, that's gonna come up. They're a married couple. She's young. She's what, 51?
51. She looks good for her. Yeah. So look, she's still got knees. She still has knees.
Man. Yeah, and most of her arms. I'm sure they'll make it work. I'm just saying that's that first night where they're going to get back into the sex game.
Imagine that. What a difference.
Right? I mean, that's going to be a conversation that needs to be had. But what if it's even better?
What
if it's even better? He's like, whoo, oh, damn, girl. Woo.
In what case do you think it would be better? Like, what could she offer now?
Baby. I don't know. Just fucking little. Do that again with the.
With your nubs.
That did it. I don't know.
That has to be like, you have to really mourn like body part. Imagine having to mourn body parts like that you no longer have. That's like mourning. That's like mourning a person. It's like mourning who you used to be.
Yeah,
and how long did it take for her arms to get like? Shouldn't they have stopped it when it was like right here? Like how did it go all the way?
I think it started. It said the school trip was in April of 2023, and the amputation was June of 2023. So it happened pretty quick. I mean, I don't know. It sounded like they were putting all the resources to her major organs and kind of saying, "Fuck the limbs. We got to keep you alive."
Yeah.
So that's probably why. But that's terrible. They look like a happy couple, a nice lady, and that's just horrifying. Why don't we read stories about piece of shit? Deadbeat cocksucking asshole gets terrible flesh-eating bacteria. Why is it the kids probably loved her? They were high school sweethearts. She teaches at the high school she graduated from. Why does it happen to people like this? I'm sure there's some scumbag who deserves this infection.
Absolutely.
We never hear about it. That's for sure.
No. Well, she's positive about it.
Yeah, she says, hey, and she seems to be doing a better job than him. And that must be terrible for him to see his wife, the love of his life. That's his woman. You don't want anything bad to happen to I'm sure in a heartbeat, he would take that on himself and lose his limbs.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have to deal with that. That's really terrible. That's fucked up.
So sad.
Can we get bad people to have things like that happen to them, please? That'd be nice. Asshole gets.
Hopefully she had a good. That'd be great. There's plenty. Like child predators. I watch videos of that all the time. This guy.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Those guys. Yeah, that'd be great. But
wouldn't that be awesome?
We won't hear about that. No, your taxes pay for them to survive. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're fine. We got to keep them out there. We got to keep them fucking kids up. Give them the best of the best. That'd be great to hear about them getting some weird, bacteria that only happens to 2 people in the whole world, and it infects them and all their limbs rot off. That'd be beautiful. Why doesn't that happen? Somebody tell me, please. Yeah, that guy who shot that convicted pervert, they put him in jail. Wait, hold on. The guy was a convicted pervert? You put the other guy in jail? What kind of upside down shit is that?
Is this a story?
No, not this one, but a couple weeks ago, I read a story about a guy who he was basically saying these guys aren't being punished good enough or fast enough. So he got a profile, pretended to be a 13-year-old kid or something, lured this convicted perv who had served time in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And as the guy was walking up to the meeting place, he drove by and shot him out of his car window. The first drive-by I can get behind. And then they put that dude, the shooter, in prison.
What?
I'm like, wait a minute. But the other guy is the problem. This guy,
I guess you can't.
let's name a street after him or something. Can we do that? Because
well, of course they're gonna arrest him, but shit, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to fucking shoot at him?
Mm-hmm. I wish he used more barbaric methods, but that's what he chose. But one less one in the world. What I'm happy about.
Did the guy die?
Oh yeah, he blasted the shit out of him. It's a wrap.
Oh, nice.
He took away his oxygen addiction real quick. And I don't know. It's been a couple weeks, like I said, and I still have shed no tears over it. Oh boy, Justin Bieber. 83% of tattoo ink contains hidden ingredients linked to cancer, organ damage. Yay! Thanks for telling me years later.
Do you have tats? Oh, nice.
I have 7 of them.
You probably got most of them overseas, huh?
No, I didn't get any overseas because we were deterred from doing that because of the possibility of infection. But all my tats I got here in the States. Most of them I got in the service. So maybe I missed the cancer ink. I haven't gotten a tattoo in like 20 some years. So maybe I'm okay. But according to this,
I wouldn't doubt it. Everything is filled with
everything has cancer in it. Everything. Americans are unwittingly exposed. Only Americans? So everybody else getting tattoos around the world is good? Americans are unwittingly.
Our ingredients.
I guess. Are unwittingly exposing themselves to tattoo inks that contain organ-damaging chemicals, disturbing new research has revealed. An analysis of 54 inks commonly used in tattoo parlors across the United States has uncovered that a whopping 45 of them contains unlisted additives or pigments, including chemicals known to pose serious health risks. Researchers found the most common additive to be polyethylene glycol, a compound that can cause acute renal failure. Fun. Multiple inks also contain 2-phenoxynethanol, which can cause toxic effects in high doses. The National Institutes of Health lists lung and liver irritation as well as kidney and nerve damages as possible effects. Where the fuck you guys been? How long people been getting tattoos in this country? Now you're coming out with this shit? The study, led by John Swerk from the Department of Chemistry at Binghamton University, was published this month in the Journal of Analytical Chemistry. Oh yeah, MGK.
Are you kidding me? Is that really him?
Really, just was it a couple days ago? He
just got blacked out.
He's finally black. He finally did it.
Oh,
look, Ma.
Why?
Probably because him fucking drinking vials of Megan Fox's tainted whore blood probably messed his mind up. All 3 of my sons are trans. Shut up, bitch. CPS needs to come and take those poor kids away. All 3 of her sons are trans girls. Okay. Swerk.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, right. 3 in one house. Get the fuck out of here. Swerk and his team said their aim is to not alarm inked up Americans. Okay, too late. But to increase transparency surrounding popular products used in parlors. We're hoping the manufacturers take this as an opportunity to reevaluate their process, and that artists and clients take this as an opportunity to push for better labeling and manufacturing. Last year, the Food and Drug Administration issued draft guidance to tattoo ink manufacturers and distributors to help recognize situations in which tattoo ink may become contaminated with microorganisms and potentially injurious to health. I've never seen that word before, injurious. Between 2003 and 2023, firms conducted 18 recalls of tattoo inks that were contaminated with a variety of microorganisms, some of which can cause serious infections. However, tattoos are regulated as a cosmetic product in the U.S., meaning that in most cases, ingredients do not have to be approved by the FDA before use. In contrast, the European Union instituted a ban on 2 commonly used green and blue inks in 2022 after regulators claimed that they contain hazardous chemicals. More than 100 million Americans have at least one tattoo. Almost half of all adults 30 to 49 are inked, according to Pew Research Center. So there are less Americans with tattoos than got the poke. Scary. You have any tattoos?
And I regret them.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. I think women with tattoos looks I think it looks trashy. But it's not
Let's
too bad. I
talk
mean, you
about
can't no, stop. So like you can't see them, you can't see them. Like it's not like I have a sleeve or anything, but um yeah, I think it's trash and I think that what a hypocritical article. The FDA approves foods that literally have chemicals and food dye in them.
Oh
Who
yeah,
who is the FDA? Who's
Red
the FDA
40.
to tell us what we can eat and what we put into our bodies, and now they're concerned about tattoos? How about you be concerned about grocery store foods before you come at people about tattoos? Now, I think it's an important issue. I think that they should be regulated in some form, but not by the FDA. The FDA
Yeah,
allows any chemical you desire to be inside your body.
yeah. They don't care about the inside of your body. They're more concerned about tattoos. Like, okay, it's a concern, but on the list of concerns, does it make it on the list? Probably not. This I think tackling the food dyes would be huge. The
Yeah.
red 40 and yellow 6 or whatever the fuck that is, that would be
Yeah,
huge.
and every food in the store, like, you could go to the store and look at the ingredients of probably any food that you pick up, and you'll see chemicals and a whole bunch of crap that should not be in there, and the FDA doesn't have anything to say about that, and that's daily, like, that's ingested daily, but you're talking
Mhm.
about something that you go into getting a tattoo and you have to sign forms saying, "Okay, I'm aware of the possible risks and the possibility that this gets infected or whatever if I don't take care of it properly." You're going into that and you are understanding that something might happen. But you don't
Mhm.
go into the grocery store and say, "You know what? I'm going to buy this food understanding that something might happen to me." Let's shift our focus, FDA.
Yeah, please. Or dissolve yourself altogether. I wouldn't be mad at the FDA going bye-bye
Yes.
altogether and allowing us to, be worried about what we put in our body because they're useless. The shit that's in food, what are you here for? What if you're allowing people to consume that? What the fuck are you here for? You're doing absolutely nothing. So go away. Um, Now, ladies with the tattoos, here's what I think. My wife has
Tell
tattoos.
me.
She has strategically placed tattoos that I think are nice. What I
Same,
think
same.
what I think looks trashy is
Like
women who
chest.
have like tons of tattoos, but then like let's say they go to a wedding and they're dressing up nice and all their tattoos. I think that looks weird. Like
Yeah,
tattoos and dressing up nicely just don't I don't know. They just don't mesh. But I think if you
yeah,
have tattoos, as long as you can cover them up, anything,
yeah.
no neck tattoos on a woman, face tattoos, get the fuck out of here.
You
But
don't
as
like my
long as
50 my 5150 neck tat?
your
I got
fucking your kiss marks, your lipstick fucking kiss marks, what the fuck? No, as long as you can, I think for anybody, as long as you can cover them up. So if you're in a professional setting or something that requires a little more class than your day-to-day life, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah. I would
Yeah,
never get
chicks
a
who
visible no,
nothing,
but I still
nothing right
regret
here,
it. I still
nothing
regret it,
right.
and part of it no. Part of
Is
it
it
is
just
because,
one?
no, I have a few, but the one on my foot, I got, like, a cover up done, and I got an allergic reaction to only one color of ink, so actually this article is totally for me, but yeah, there was an ingredient in just that one color, it wasn't in any other colors, that made my skin, like, flare up, and it was crazy, and so I had to stop, like, halfway through and go through, like, tattoo removal and a whole bunch of crap, but um, yeah, I think it's super hypocritical for people to be, like, so self-aware and health conscious about not wanting to get vaccines and not wanting to, you know, eat crap and then going and getting a tattoo and you didn't read the ingredients in the tattoo ink. Like, I definitely and I'm at fault here. Like, I'm not I'm I'm not a victim, okay? Like I didn't read the ingredients and I should have. Like that was moronic, especially with what they put in everything today. So, yeah, I
Mhm.
got an allergic reaction from it. It sucked.
Yeah, and your foot, that's a pretty delicate place to
Yeah,
or not delicate, what's what I'm looking for?
sensitive.
Sensitive.
Hmm.
Sensitive place to get a tattoo. Like on top of your
Yeah,
foot. Oh man,
yeah,
that would
yeah.
hurt so
No, it
bad.
was. Yeah, I regret it, and I just don't. I don't know. Like I think if you're not like super tatted up, you can still like look nice and have it
Yeah.
kind of showing and still be like professional looking, but I don't know. I don't think you should ruin your skin like that. But
Yeah.
that's
My
just me.
mom, every time, because I got most of my tattoos when I was in the service, and I call my mom every once in a while. Did you get another tattoo? Your body is your temple, son. Well, my temple has graffiti on it, mom.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Your mom's right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like it.
yeah.
I don't like the
She's
look of it.
turns out my parents were right about a lot of things.
They were, Tori,
Damn it.
you're gonna regret that. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's art.
It's
Not
I'm
art.
expressing myself, mom.
But you know what is hilarious to me? This is why I can't deal with like the left versus the right and all of this BS. So us conservatives, I heard something about Doritos. Something happened with Doritos, right? Like, did you hear about the story? I don't know exactly what it was, but
They're
someone was working for Doritos and they were
oh
LG
in
like
Spain.
trans
In
or
Spain,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they found out that this person was some sort of pervert, and so we're going to protest Doritos, right? And same with Bud Light. Did you notice my hat,
I
by the
did.
way? Yeah.
I did.
Um, I got
Yeah,
this to troll people, but um, so us conservatives, we say we're gonna ban Doritos because they did this homo thing, right? Why not ban Doritos because they put fucking red dye in the chips? Like,
mhm.
why not that? So we're not protesting Doritos because of their ingredients. We're protesting Doritos because they hired some tranny who's
Yeah.
probably a child molester. That's why I mean, both are both are great, but shouldn't we have stopped eating Doritos years ago when
Yeah,
they were
and you know what?
putting red dye in our food?
And it's not like if it's not like Doritos go away. You could change your ingredients because in a lot of these companies in other countries where this shit is banned, they do change their
Mhm.
ingredients.
Right.
So why not do it here? And when you turn something over and the ingredient list is fucking this long with a bunch of words that you've never seen before,
Mhm.
that's not cool. That's something I learned working at Trader Joe's. Everything there has all natural ingredients, and when you turn it over and look at it, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
Salt, water, whatever. It's all things that you're familiar with. It's all things that you know about, you can pronounce. So it is possible. Trader Joe's is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It is possible to make healthier foods and still make a shitload of money. But for some reason,
Mhm.
they're just like, and they get away with what we let them get away with, basically. So they're
Right.
like,
Well,
in
same with Bud
England,
Light.
yeah,
Like we uh we protested Bud Light and it worked. We boycotted them, right? Um for putting trans on a can, which they shouldn't have done. It was stupid. It was a stupid marketing ploy. It was just
mhm.
dumb all around, right? Because that's not their target audience, obviously. Okay, cool. Stop drinking Bud Light. But you should have stopped drinking piss water years ago. Like, do you know the ingredients in that? That is horrible for you. Bud Light is disgusting.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
why
drink
not ban
Coors.
it then? Or at course, F all the
Yeah,
like all those beers are disgusting. Go get some Trader Joe's beers,
there's some
okay?
Trader Jose in this bitch. Some simpler
They have
time.
beers, don't they? Like
Yeah,
good,
yeah. I
not
could
like
tell you all of them.
really?
Everything they
They don't
carry.
sell like Bud Light and Coors Light and stuff, right?
No,
They don't do
it's
that?
all they have
Okay.
their own brand. That's like simpler times. That's their version of
Mm,
Bud Light. They have Trader Jose, which is obviously their version of Corona, and they carry like Heineken and all these other companies. But they have to still meet their requirements for the ingredients. So most things Trader Joe's has their label on it, and it's their product. And there are some that they outsource, but they still have to meet their requirements. So it can't be a bunch of like crazy
right.
poisonous shit in there. But
And they're making money.
Trader Joe's is making
like
big
you
money.
said,
You
they're making.
ever been in a Trader Joe's parking lot? Yeah, they're doing all right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
It's a
it's hard to
nightmare.
not run over people wearing masks in the parking lot. But yes, I shop there.
Yeah,
But
Trader
I
Joe's
just
is
don't.
the
I don't
shit.
drink. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what. But I do know that these big brands, have absolute garbage in their beers.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure, boycott Bud Light. That's fine. Boycott Doritos, but boycott it for a reason that actually makes sense.
Yeah, agreed. I think I don't know what Budweiser is made of, but I know Coors is made from the cold spring mountain water.
My
I don't
ass.
know what else is in it, but I don't drink anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
My ass. Cold
I
spring.
do. I'll tell you this, and people can give me shit all they want. I don't give a fuck. I buy my own alcohol when I do drink, which is occasionally, but I do like
What is it?
ciders. I like
Yes,
ciders.
I do like ciders if I had to.
I went to a restaurant.
You're kind of gay for that, no?
I don't fuck it. It's good. It's fucking delicious. I went to a barbecue place with my wife and some friends not too long ago, and they had a pineapple cider. Oh, it was delicious. Hell yeah. So to me, that's much more tasteful than
off the tap
tasty
or bottle
tap. And it was much more tasty than like hard alcohol. Hard alcohol tastes like shit. I don't care how
you don't like any of it.
Fuck no. I don't care if it's single malt 12 years. It tastes like shit. It tastes like ass. Tequila, I don't care how expensive it is, Don Julio, it all tastes like shit. Nobody's ever drank a shot and was like, that's pretty good. What face do people make when they take a fucking shot? Because it tastes like fucking chili ring residue. Fuck that. I hate hard alcohol. It tastes like shit.
Yeah, I don't drink. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool without it. I believe me, when I was younger, in my early 20s, and when I was in the Navy, 18 and all that stuff, I put in my time in the bars. Trust me. I went hard in the fucking paint here and abroad. So I'm cool with
Excuse me, bartender, do you have the ingredients for this drink?
I would never say that in front of my friends, because then you know what words you'd be called. But no,
you're safer in other countries though, so you were probably fine. You're safer in other countries when it comes to the food and alcohol and everything else, because the FDA does not give a crap about you. FDA, CDC. Wasn't Trump supposed to drain the swamp? I forgot about that.
I think he drained some of it.
I'm gonna give you crap about Trump as
ahead.
often as I can.
I think that I don't know what the A stands for, but I think the FD and FDA stands for fuck that. I gotta figure out what the A stands for. But that's definitely what the FD stands for, because they don't give a shit about us. They could care less. Okay, now it is time for making me laugh. Yes. Oh no, this is the fuckery fails. My bad. Fuckery fails. This is going to be funniest anesthesia compilation. Oh, people are coming to from their fucking dental surgeries and shit. This shit's hilarious. One girl, wasn't it one? It was funny, but it was weird because the girl was like 16 or 17. She was telling her mom, I want a big black dick. I was like,
oh my God.
Yo, yeah. It's fucking, it was crazy. I'm like, it's funny. I get it. But that's a teenager. And this is 44 minutes, so obviously we'll only do about 2, but let's see what they got.
Mom's like, I know, honey.
Oh, me too, girl. High five. Me too.
Mom, why do you have 3 eyeballs?
Oh, it's fucked
Don't
up.
cry, baby. Hey! What's your name?
My name's Steve.
Hey!
Hey.
My Minecraft dude's name is Steve.
He said his name is Steve.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
You want to play Minecraft with me?
I've never played Minecraft.
You should. It's fun to do math, everything. Oh, you should play Fortnite.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that shit in my life, girl. Because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Mama?
What?
We should go see Jake Paul.
Oh, what?
Okay.
He's like a celebrity. He went viral for making vines. Mama?
Oh my gosh.
What is this here on my arm?
That would be
Mama?
a cast.
What's
Mama?
Oh, wait, no, I know what that is. What happened here? Did I get shot or something?
No, he put an IV in your arm.
She is fucking out of it.
Mama,
What?
we should go watch.
Why so
Oh,
stupid fucking ads? Hold on.
you don't pay for YouTube Premium?
Hell
the heck?
no. Never.
Me neither. And even
No
when I'm a
way.
millionaire, I won't.
Hell no. Okay. There we go.
Hey, Thomas.
No, I will never pay for a YouTube Premium. Not in this lifetime. Maybe the next one.
Mm-mm.
I'll go back to I'll go back to Dubai. I miss my llamas. Wait. Is Jeffrey okay?
Who the hell's Jeffrey?
My orangutan!
Holy shit.
No, she's sober. That's she's sober.
She's always like that.
Yes.
Please tell me he's okay.
Where'd you leave him?
I left him in Dubai.
They didn't put your tongue in your bag. Your tongue is in your mouth.
No, not because I don't feel it.
It is.
If it was that, I would feel it.
It is. I promise you it is.
No, you put it in the bag.
All right. Well, they put the tongue in the bag, and when you get home, you're gonna put it back on.
But they don't have the tools.
It's just heroin.
I have the tools at home. I'll put your tongue back. I promise.
You better they feel cool. And they're soft now because I put chapstick.
Oh, put your pig.
For you.
I love Ollie so much. He's like my favorite dog. He's so cute. And he's so soft. I don't know why people don't like dogs. That's just so weird. Because dogs are like the best thing on this whole planet.
And some people are really like that, stone cold sober, by the way.
Yes. Oh, yes. I know. I
think
know.
they're my favorite animal ever. The other day, when we were in Colorado Springs, I saw a puppy, and that puppy was so cute. He was just like one big wrinkle. Can you imagine that? A wrinkly puppy?
It's like my mom.
Wrinkly puppies are so
Like,
cute.
you know my mother?
Especially when they're puppies.
Yeah.
Because puppies are so cute. I love dogs. They're so cute. Do you guys love dogs too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense because we have a dog. If we had a dog and you didn't love dogs, that would just be weird.
I'm so sorry,
I think at some point I'd be like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like, all right, get with the dog. Shit.
to punch you.
So who are you, Kaylee? What are you doing with
How are they
that
both
arm?
fucked up?
I am Thor. This is my hammer.
They got the 2-for-1 special with their
Yeah,
insurance.
what's up with that kid?
Look, Grayson,
You get an
look at
accident?
Kaylee was being. She's being.
Grayson, I'm Thor. Thor? This is my hammer. Ready? Watch this.
Oh, you got me.
Oh, uh-oh.
Just like, what? This shit's real?
Grayson!
You killed him.
No, you didn't. Look, he was pretending.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
It's too much. It's too much for
Look. Look.
I
Hey, look, Catherine. Catherine, look, Grayson's just fine. He was pretending.
Don't do
that again. Okay, he won't do that again. That wasn't very nice of Grayson. That made you say.
I'm just glad that there's still kids being named old names like Catherine. I like that.
Catherine,
Like
Grayson.
these new fucking Grayson's borderline, you know, the Aiden, Caden, those names.
Mm.
Where the
You don't
kids
like
have-
those? Are those new school
Yeah,
names?
those definitely new school names. And what's the other ones? They just give them these weird ass names. Sage and what the fuck?
Winter and
Yeah, just name her Betty. How about that? Let's give her some regular
Chicago.
shit. That's too much, Tori. that's too much, and you know it.
Oh, it
So,
is. It definitely is.
All right, so this next one, this is the make me laugh. Health kick is what this one is called. So let me share the screen. Bam.
God, it's been so good to get back to the gym this month.
Oh, yeah. I love a good health kick.
I love a good health kick.
Well, you know, I've been 3 times this week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks.
I've been every day.
Wow, impressive. You must feel amazing.
You know what? I really do.
I mean, I've only been 3 times this week because I've been running on the other days.
A fellow runner. You know, I love the treadmill. Like the other day, I got to watch the whole of Hitch.
Amazing. I
Bread.
prefer to run on the roads because it's harder.
Not unless you set it to a really steep incline.
As steep as Primrose Hill?
Kirsty, listen. If you're hill training, please make sure you're stretching.
Well, yeah, duh. I mean, I've been going to stretch classes.
Oh, yeah, I think my mum does those.
I doubt it because this one involves an ice bath.
Oh, God, no, I couldn't do that.
Oh,
I couldn't do
I
that.
bet you're really stiff.
No, I have a sports massage every week.
Well, my boyfriend is a sports masseur.
My boyfriend's a PT.
My boyfriend plays for Chelsea.
I thought you said he was a sports masseur.
Yeah, 2 jobs.
Oh, no, I must never see him.
Well, it just makes it more special when we do see each other. And also, it gives me more time to go to the gym.
I hope you're not overtraining.
I hope you're getting enough protein.
Oh, yeah, I have like 2 protein shakes after every workout.
Well, I prefer to get my protein from natural products.
Oh yeah.
Same.
There you go.
I'm on like a chicken a day.
Well, I'm on a cow a day, higher iron content.
Higher fat.
I hate them both.
You know what?
Yep.
You should
You know what?
just try my spinach, pork, and raisin smoothie.
That sounds
What?
just like mine. Although I add tofu.
I had discipline.
And I drink mine out of a cast iron Le Creuset casserole dish. So drinking it doubles up as a mini workout.
Yeah, well, I drink mine out of a wheelie bin.
I love a good health kick.
I love a good health kick.
Bread.
Carrot stick, fuck off.
That was the best part of that skit. Fuck off.
Fuck off. Do you know any women
Right.
like that?
Like which one?
Like they're both the same. They're both the same woman. They're just like one-upping each other, like
Yeah.
lying.
I know a dude like that. Like everything you said, his whoa, I did it. Whoa. I was like, man, shut the fuck up. This ain't high school.
Ugh,
Like
I
no one's gonna
can't.
think you're cool.
It's like my entire dispatch when I was a cop. Like all of the dispatch girls were up there like horrible,
I
catty.
did this. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Like,
oh yeah.
This is
catty-
why women are supposed to stay at home.
Yeah, catty is a good word for it. I noticed that with my daughter. She's in 6th grade. So
Her friends.
her friends, she just like the one day the kid will be at our house, come over for dinner or whatever, and then 2 weeks later, hey, what happened to so and so? Oh, we're not talking about. I was like, but you were just blah blah blah. She did this, and boys, and I'm just like, what? I can't keep up with this shit. Thank God, her mother. We have her mother because she understands all that shit. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm like, well, then quit talking to her. Well, I can't. I don't know. Poor thing. But women, yeah, they're definitely built a little different when it comes to fucking with each other.
Yes.
Guys, eventually it'll come to a fight, and then we fight, and that's it. But girls,
And then you're good.
They be sniping, taking boyfriends. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? You girls are.
Oh my gosh.
You girls are
I have
crazy.
stories for days.
You girls are crazy.
So many stories, but it's sad and it's really scary because it's cops and dispatch and yeah.
I'm like, just punch that girl in her face. I don't want to. I mean, I don't tell her to do that for real. But I put her in boxing classes, so I'm telling her subliminally. But I'm just like, then just don't deal with them. Men, we're problem solvers. So you come in as a problem. Oh, here you go. Here's a solution. No, because I'm just, I don't
Well, men are like point A, point B, and women are like point A, and then like, and then they finally get to point B. Like, but they have to like
Finally.
take so many detours to get to point B.
Finally. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't, no offense, Tori, but I find that ladies are usually the worst storytellers for that very
Really?
reason. For that very reason you just said. Not all. You're a good storyteller, but
Am I? No, sometimes I get off track.
Generally speaking, because of what you just said, women are like, "Ooh," you know, blah blah blah, and all around. I'm
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute, what was this story about? Let's get
My
back on
mom will
track.
tell me, yeah, my mom will start a story and she'll like, I already know where the story's going. Like, I already know the end goal here. And she's just going, and like talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I'm like, wait, so pause. Was all of that necessary? Like, to tell me what the story was? Like, because it didn't even make sense in the story.
Yeah, you could have cut all that shit out and just get to the meat of it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, she's notorious for that shit. I was like, man,
Really?
please get to the point.
But do you sit there and do you take it?
I do
Or
for a
does it
little
just
bit.
depend on your mood?
No, I'll listen to her. You know, I give her the benefit of the doubt because every once in a while she'll pull through with a quick story. But usually I'm like, babe, what's the point? Why are you being so mean? I'm like, I've been here for 10 minutes. Get to the point. What the fuck happened? Never mind. I'm like, so I went through that for nothing?
Yeah.
No. You finished
No,
this
you're
damn
gonna tell
story.
me.
I didn't go through all this shit for nothing. Get to the end. Tell me about this crazy bitch.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a guy friend who tells a story that like dragged out. It's only women.
Tori, you do know that there's no such thing as a guy friend, right?
I disagree, but
Ooh.
you don't think so?
Tori, there is no such thing as a
No.
guy friend.
No, there's such thing as women being naive to having guy friends that they say, "Oh no, he wouldn't have sex with me even if I allowed it."
Yes,
But there is such
he
thing
would.
as
Mhm. I'm
having a guy
listening.
friend if you are very much aware that he would never hit it even if you allowed it.
Tori, unless he's GAY, if given the opportunity, he is a smashing.
So you don't think that women and men can be friends?
Nope. You can at work because that work barrier keeps you from acting on it. Now you leave work, whatever. You can have work guy friends because work is the barrier, but no, there's no such thing as platonic male friends.
I disagree.
Given the opportunity,
So you think
all those years of friendship and hanging out, he will trade that in for the pernerne in what's the fastest? A millisecond? Is it as fast as it gets? Blink of an eye?
Really, you think that
No.
in all?
I don't think it. I know it.
Come on.
Because as a man, as a husband, there's no way I would have a female friend. It's just
I'm your female friend.
Well, via the internet. We don't
right,
live.
But you're like, we're not gonna go hang out at a bar together, right?
No, but as far as hanging out, somebody you hang out with, he will.
I disagree.
Tori?
I disagree.
Tori. He trying to tell
Come
you.
on.
If given the opportunity, he's all over it. You don't have any. Tori, you don't have any.
Not okay. Well, I guess because I count a whole bunch of police officers, right? Like a whole bunch of those guys. Like I'll remain friends with. That's a different type of like we're like family forever type thing. Like we may not talk every day, we may not, but if we hang out, like they have girlfriends and wives and stuff. Like no, I completely trust. Come on, really? You have to give some men credit that they're not after the punani 24/7. Come on.
I would like to use Exhibit A called Your Own Words Against You. Rewind in our conversation where you said, I don't give humanity the benefit of the doubt. I was the one being optimistic. No, they're not. And you're like, fuck that. Yes, they will. That's the same thing. Right now, we've switched roles. You're being the optimistic one. There's no way. Yes, He would. Now, a married guy, that's one thing, but he should keep you at a certain distance out of respect for his wife. But somebody you hang out with, or somebody like comes to your house, if he comes to your house, Tori, I'm not saying he'll push
I don't
it,
have guy friends
or-
that come to my house. No, like I don't have guy friends that are we're just gonna chill at my house. Like no, I'm not. No, but I have like for example a guy friend Fernando who does a whole bunch of my housework and stuff, and I pay him in cash. Okay, like I pay this
and if
man.
one day, like Mama's all tapped out, I don't have any cash. Is there any other way that I could pay
Come
for
on. Come on. No, he's like my brother.
Fernando, if you're watching, you know I'm telling the truth.
Okay, well, I've known this guy for 10 years, so that's man, he really waiting it out. he really waiting it out.
Throw it all away. Of course, he's gonna have his own relationships and shit going on. It's not like he's taking a vow of celibacy waiting for you. But if the
I know that. I hear about all the women that he's with. Trust me, I hear it.
If the chance ever presents itself, I'll take one, please. Right here. Fernando, right here. I'll do it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
see, look at Mark in the chat. What are you laughing at?
Hold on. Let's see.
Married for 28 years and stayed and have been tempted.
See? But Mark,
what
if the shoe were on the other foot, if you had like a female friend, if you weren't married, or said, no, I haven't been married for 11 years and have a girlfriend and friends that are girls. I don't cheat. I've had it done to me. No, I'm not saying the man would ever initiate it. He would lay dormant like some kind of virus. He'll lay dormant for years. There's a creature, I guess you call it a creature. It's called a water bear. It's this little teeny tiny microscopic thing, and they lay dormant for hundreds of years. But as soon as you give it water, it comes back to life. It reanimates. He's a water bear. He's laying dormant, and if you put a fucking eyedropper of water on him, boop, he's coming to life. That's a fact, Tori. That's a fact. The sky is blue.
in most instances, I will agree with you. Like as far as women and men not being able to have just regular friendships, but I guess I'm just different.
And that's great. Sounds like you guys have a great friendship. But I will tell you this, Tori. If you put a drop of water on that water bear, he is going to reanimate and come to life.
I don't know. I think this is a nuanced discussion, and it goes deep. Okay, we gotta ask the chat what they think.
So deep, yeah. Let me know. Am I wrong? Do you agree with me, or do you agree with Tori that it's totally possible for two heterosexual man and woman to be strictly platonic friends? Without even, and saying that even if you presented it, even if you're like, hey, he would be like, nope, we have a friendship and I respect our friendship.
Once one of them says, hey, then it's kind of like you messed up the friendship. Like there's no longer a friendship there. Like here's my thought. If I can't invite my guy friend to my wedding, you were never my guy friend. And I have several guy friends who I can invite to my wedding. What's the reaction for?
Ooh, guy friend at the wedding.
Who's also friends with my husband? Like, can that not be a thing or no? That can't be.
He would have to have a woman. He couldn't just be you and your husband getting married and this single guy friend. No, he would have to have a woman attached to him because.
Of course.
But yeah, if he comes with his girl, he has a girl. Yeah, but if it's just like, if let's say he was single when you were to get married and you invited this single guy friend, I don't know about that. And how could it, and once your man is in the picture, wouldn't he go away?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If there was ever like you're saying that women and men can't be platonic friends, if you held that belief and like I was with a man who held that belief and said no, absolutely not, then I would drop all my male friends, period. Like that wouldn't be a question. I wouldn't go and fight for like having a friendship over my husband. Like I wouldn't.
But what if
do
you
that,
wanted
but-
to invite Fernando to your wedding? You have eczema. He's been your friend for years, and you have all these experiences and all this stuff. But your husband said, "No, hell no."
Oh, then it's a no. But I think after you see us and like are able to become his friend as well, like there wouldn't be an issue. But I wouldn't go and please, I want him at my wedding. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Oh,
like
please.
I would never step on like my man's toes like that if he doesn't want that. But I don't know. Like I do hear what you're saying. I do hear it. But what about like a super fat chick, right? Can she have like what if she was super fat and ugly and she had guy friends? Do you say, yeah, you know what? I can see that.
Does she have a vagina?
Seriously? Men,
Oh.
you look at men that low. You look at
No, I
men
look at-
as having no discernment at all. Come on.
If we're talking just a smash, no, hell no. Is she alive? Does she have a vagina? Then what are we still talking for? Yes, that's how it is.
Oh
Straight
my
up.
God.
And if you
No, then men need to higher their standards, okay?
if it's just a smash, who gives a fuck? I mean, we're just
You
going to
should
hit
give
it.
a fuck.
No, hell no. We're gonna go ahead and knock that bad boy out of the park. Oh yeah, for sure. But for that very reason,
That's horrible. And I will never have a guy friend that thinks like that. Okay. I will have a guy friend that respects himself enough to say no to a nasty, fat biatch. Yes.
You better have a talk with Fernando because I guarantee you he has it in him.
No,
what
Fernando,
they say now, he
does.
has that dog in him. Yeah, Fernando got that dog.
I've seen some of his I've seen him.
We're just trying to get the Twinkie stinky. Yeah, we can do that for sure. But for that very reason, like your man saying, no, I don't want you to have any guy friends once we're together. We're serious? No, that's a wrap. There's a reason for that. The reason is because he knows if the opportunity were to arise, he would take the opportunity. Hell yeah. I don't care if you got 20 years.
So what about the opposite? What about because I think so let's just say that I believe that, men can have women friends and women can have male friends and he has women friends. You're telling me that I shouldn't trust that? You're telling me that I shouldn't?
Yes.
Yes, I
what
should.
What? No, you should not. What are they doing? What are they talking about? They're hanging out. Why is he hanging out with her? He should be hanging out with you. No, the friends.
Okay,
let's
go over what we are. What's the definition of friend here? Maybe we're not aligned here. Maybe we're not aligned because when I say you and I are friends, well, we live at 10 hours away or wherever you live in California. I have guy friends who I will probably never see again, but every now and then they'll check up on me and I'll check. Hey, how are you? How's work? How have you been? Cool. How's Sergeant so and so? How's blah blah blah? Cool. We're good. Like done with conversation. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like I don't leave my house often, and I damn sure am. That's an acquaintance. Okay, but I love these guys. Not like that, but like I worked with them, right? Like we were partners in the field, so we have a different form of.
You have a foundation there. You and I, we know each other online. Occasionally when you were on Instagram, we would send messages back and forth or memes or something like that. That's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
That's one type of friendship.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but if you message one of those dudes and we're like, hey, why don't you fly out or whatever the young kids tell each other when they're on down.
No.
Tori.
Are you?
He's running through the airport like a romantic comedy when he's trying to find the girl and stop her plane so he can profess her love. That's how he's running through the airport to get on the plane to come see you. If you put the smoke signal up in the air, he's there.
I think we were not on the same page when it comes to what we're talking about as it is a friend, as it comes to a friend. Because I'm not having any male friend fly out to see me. What is that? That's not a friend.
No. I'm just saying, your friendship is a friendship. But if one day you said, hey, let's do this, it's going to be done. All of that friendship. But what about this? That's out the window. Because to a man, that's the ultimate prize. And all all
Yeah,
that other
sure.
stuff
To a
would,
man
would
who has no integrity, that's the ultimate prize. I agree. That is but I
Tori,
am a
call it.
good friend and I'm a meaningful friend.
I'm sure you're a great friend. You're probably one of the best
So
friends in the world.
that's my point. Is my friendship should supersede possibly getting it in. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it
Come on.
should.
My
It
friendship. Yes. Okay.
But what you don't see is standing behind you is a life-size vagina always behind you. And that's what the guy sees. Yeah, we're
I
friends.
disagree.
But if you
I think people with no morals think that way. And I'm not saying you have no morals, but I'm saying I
I'm
think
fine with that.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying men who think that way, who think with their dicks 24/7, who have no morals. Yes, they have no business having women friends because if they're gonna see that as an opportunity, oh, she's wearing shorts today, that must mean that I'm in. Oh, she put makeup on today, that must mean she's trying to impress me.
No, if you make it
no,
clear,
we're friends.
If you make it clear, let me get this damn screen out of here because fuck that. Forget it. No, if I'm saying if you make it clear that that's what you want, not you're wearing shorts or something like that, a low cut top, and you put makeup on. But if you make it clear, hey, let's do this. If you say, hey, you want to fuck, you want to smash, he's taking it. He's no longer in control once you put that out in the air. His upstairs brain is powered down. Like when you walk out of the room and hit the light switch, that's what happened to his brain. All the power is coming from downstairs. I assume control. Body, what are we doing? That's how it is.
I'm sorry. I think you're talking about guys who are like in college or like have no mindset to anything of value.
That may be true.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I don't know. I think there are women though. I think there are women who say that, oh, I have guy friends, and like you and I can look at that and say, ma'am, you ain't got nothing to offer that man as a friend. Like he waiting for the day.
They're all waiting, Tori.
I disagree.
Waiting.
I think there are some women, and I think you're putting down both women and men when you say that all he wants to do is have sex, because that would mean that the woman has nothing to offer.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I understand what you're saying. I get it, but and in most cases I do agree in that a lot of women are out here delusional as hell. Oh no, we're just going for drinks. Like, no, he's waiting for you to get just tipsy enough for him to do something. Yes. But those are two people who have no morals, no discernment, and no God. But if you're actually not about that life and you are a good friend and he's a good friend and you guys are solid, I just don't see that barrier breaking when you have something like actually. That's me.
Tori, remember the water bear. Okay. They lay dormant for hundreds of years. And once you give them water, they reanimate. Guys can compartmentalize. We can be friends. We can hang out. And I will be a true friend to you. And I would never make a move or anything like that. It wouldn't even cross my mind until you said it's on. And then it's on. Because
in that sense, you were never friends. You were never friends. If you looked at each other like that, you were never friends.
I don't know if it's possible. Is it possible for two adults to be just friends? Because as a species, we're meant to reproduce. So what is this relationship going to be?
Oh, come on, Fresh and Fit. You sound like Fresh and Fit right now. You sound like Fresh and Fit right now.
Not at all.
We're a species. We're animals. We just hump for fun.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We hump to make babies.
I mean, on a certain level, yes. But when you're talking about two straight people being friends, trust me, if you put that smoke signal up in the air, he's right there. That's
I have a couple guy friends who I can call right now, and if I put that smoke signal up, just like how they do on Fresh and Fit, they would they'd be like, "Are you high?" No. You're laughing. You don't believe me. I swear.
I hope you're right. There's my optimism. I hope you're right, Tori. But no, not all men are like that. Maybe there are some men who have discernment and these high morals that you speak of. I'm just saying the chances are pretty.
Well, my guy
fucking
friends
slim.
also know my morals. My guy friends also know what I'm looking for. They know that like I'm not out here just doing that. Like I'm not,
Of course
like
not.
I've been abstinent for quite a while.
Of course. But
so
if one day you did, yeah, it's a wrap. And the friendship doesn't have to be over. Maybe you guys go on to be a couple and all this good stuff. But you ring that dinner bell, them hound dogs.
Mark agrees
running.
with me. Mark agrees with me. And that's all I need. That's all I need. Mark agrees with me.
Yeah, you need to find your mark in the world. But
but before that he said, Tori, I'm impressed by your being young and knowing it can be different. Never believe it about all men, Tori. Exactly, Tori. If you want to mess around, stay single. We
True.
Gen Xers are the last generation to have standards and morals. Yeah, so I agree. I agree with your sentiment in most cases. Like there's a woman at my work, and I've talked about her multiple times, right? If she were to ever come to me and say, I have guy friends, you're delusional. You're an absolute whore. No
Because
man
she's
is
a
around
hua.
you. Right, but no man is ever going to surround himself with you other than the possibility of possibly hitting that. And that's just what it is, because I know she has nothing to offer as a friend. I know she has nothing upstairs. So yeah, in most cases, I would say you're right. You're right that men and women can't be friends.
But with somebody like that, that's probably going to happen pretty quickly. It's not going to be years of friendship, and then somebody like that, that's probably going to happen pretty quick, and that's probably the reason he was her friend.
Right. And so after years of friendship, you both parties have to say, you know what, I'm willing to put this, we're no longer friends. After this happens, we both agree that we're no longer friends because now we've crossed the line.
But it's yeah, definitely, because friends
It's something
don't
to lose. It's something to lose is what I'm saying. So if it's nothing to lose, I'm just going to fuck this broad and there's nothing to lose, then yeah, you have nothing to offer and it's fine. I'd rather get my nut off than have you stay in my life as a friend, because I was never really caring about our friendship anyways. But for me, I don't know. I just have some guys who are friends and they appreciate my friendship. I have more to offer than just...
But guys aren't going to think about it like that. Guys are going to think
my guy friends do.
But if you open that door, they're just going to see it as, oh, she's cool with it. So cool, let's do it.
But they know, okay with it. But they know for a fact that I'm not opening that door. Now what?
I'm just saying, if you did, yeah, of course, you have your morals and you're not going to do that. But if you did, it's, what it's like. You ever seen one of those videos where it's like on the Serengeti and a lion is playing with a fucking baby gazelle, like it doesn't know that it's food, and you have these two, you have the predator and the prey hanging out together, being buddies? That's kind of what it's like. The moment he realizes you're on the menu, it's a wrap.
Well, I'm never on the menu, and he knows that because we've had discussions about that.
That's great.
Like about my morals, and I am constantly telling him, you need to stop effing these hoes because they're just giving you a headache. And like, so he knows where I stand, and it'll never happen.
We need more women like you with morals and standards who are willing to hold that prize until the right man comes along. That is wonderful, and it's commendable.
Thank you. And we need more men who are not willing to break that barrier and not willing to put their penis in anything that offers it.
Tough, Tori. It's hard to do. The moment a man's hormones kick off when he's a teenager, it's hard to do.
Okay, sure, fine, as a teenager, but we're adults now. Okay, after the age of 30 or 25, well, for men, all 35, okay? 35. After the age of 35, you should be done with, oh, someone's willing, I'm down. Like, that should not be your mentality any longer.
But it is. Mark, he says, if I'm committed to my girlfriend, my morals are the same as being married. Of course, be loyal to that person. Don't cheat. I'm not saying, hey, if you're not married, fucking do what you want. No, that's your woman. You're committed to her. That's great. But if you and her were friends, you weren't committed, you were just friends somehow, and she, Hey, Mark. Probably gonna be a wrap. So where do we go from here?
Agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I do
we
have
agree.
I do have a question though. There was a TV show about this. I think it was called Friends, says one of the commenters. I've never seen Friends. What did Friends say? What did the show Friends have to say
As
about
in
this?
Jennifer Aniston
This show,
and
yeah.
those guys?
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know.
Were they friends or were they effing around?
They were all
Have you ever
fucking
seen the
around with each
show?
other.
Oh,
yeah,
they
I've
were?
seen it. Yeah, they were fucking around with each other.
They
Because they were
were? What a
all,
horrible show to
single.
grow up on. This is why people have this mentality, is because y'all grew up watching Friends. Are you kidding me? I never seen the show, so I guess I'm delusional.
The only reason I saw the show is because when my wife and I first moved out, it was a week before we got cable, so all we had was DVDs. So she wanted to watch the box
Okay.
set of Friends.
I just wanted to know what the sentiment in the show was.
Yeah, everybody's fucking everybody basically.
Wow.
Eventually.
America. That's what we learn, huh?
Yeah. Well, Tori,
Thank you so much.
This episode took a turn, but I think it took a turn for the better. I think
Yeah, how did we get here?
That was a great conversation.
How did we get here?
To have.
Now I know. I'm never talking to my guy friends ever again. Thank you so much.
Send out a mass text. It's over. Yeah, just as long as you don't initiate, it'll never happen. But I'm just saying, if you do, that's all I'm saying. People, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap on that. Episode 10, Stop the Fuckery, Health. Thank you, Tori D. How do you feel right now, Tori D? Are you upset?
No, I'm gonna think about this.
Are you
I'm gonna think about it.
I'm telling you. If you and again, if you never initiate it, it'll never happen. It would never. It just won't. But that crack, you see that light coming through.
Does your wife have any guy friends that came to y'all's wedding?
Nope.
Did you guys have a wedding?
Yes, we did. We had a destination wedding in Kona, Hawaii, and it was amazing. One of the best days of my life. But she doesn't have any guy friends. When we first started dating and stuff, we were in our early 20s, so still clubbing and all that kind of shit. She had this gay friend, and she was like, "Oh, it's no big deal. We get ready for the club in front of each other." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, but he's gay. He doesn't care." Bullshit. I don't trust that motherfucker.
Really? Oh, even a gay guy?
If I had more hands,
no, I understand that.
I would do this
cut
more.
Off.
No way.
If you say cut off, then cut off. That's fine.
It's a wrap. And she was cool with it. My wife, she's
again,
a great woman.
I think we need to hone in on what our definition of friends is, because I think that's where we're not aligned here.
Spending time with. That's what a friend is. Via phone, computer, whatever. If there's too much, or being around, hanging out physically, we live in the same town, fuck no. But even communicating in other ways, that can't be too much either. Because why are you spending so much time with them? Why are you nurturing that friendship when you have your one and only relationship?
No,
here?
I
just
see
no
that.
room
I
for
see
that.
I think hanging out is it can be inappropriate if you're like, hey, and it also depends on your hobbies, because I'm not going to a bar with anybody, even my girlfriends. So what the hell do I look like going to the bar with a man?
It's anything. It's anything. Let's say my wife was remodeling a bus like you are, and she had a friend who would come and help her with it. He's not coming over anymore. Why are you laughing and shit and all? No, fuck no. It's a wrap. If you guys don't share DNA, I don't see a need for it. I just don't. Why? Why are you laughing and having a good time with somebody else, making little inside jokes and shit with somebody else?
So it's about the inside jokes. Okay.
That those are my moments. Those are my inside jokes. That's my laughter that I'm sharing with you. Not some dude. For what? Go get your own fucking woman. You want to come over here with your woman and help us work on this bus? Fine. But you coming over here by yourself? Fuck no.
So the friendship is determined on whether or not the guy has a woman.
Because then you're not a threat. You're
okay.
You have your meal. You're not hungry,
Okay.
lurking around my slice of pie. No,
Okay.
fuck that. You can,
No,
yeah,
I
we
can
got
I can go
our
with
best
that.
friends are a couple. We're there for Christmas and kids' birthday parties and all that shit. All the milestones in life, barbecues and all that. We just over their house last week. Beautiful. My best friend, we grew up together, me and the guy. Our wives kind of met after they got married. They're great friends. Well, wonderful. But if it were just him, no, we can be friends. Me and you, we'll be friends all day. But you and my wife, hell, fuck no. Nope.
No, I can see that. I can see that. I understand.
And vice versa.
I get what you mean.
I wouldn't want to have I can't be hanging out with no woman. Where are we gonna go? Eat lunch together?
No, I agree. I think, but also like I'm single, so it's not like I'm disrespecting somebody. But once I have a man and I'm married, and that's a no-go, and like if I wouldn't feel comfortable with my husband coming with, and the other, like my friend has a woman of his, then yeah, sure, it might just be.
But think of it as your
disrespectful.
husband. Like if he had a girlfriend that was like, what would they be doing hanging out just them?
No, I don't think that. No, I don't think that. And again, that's the word friend. Like I'm not talking about, oh, my husband's at work, I'm gonna go eat lunch with fucking so and so.
Oh my
No,
God.
no, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. I think that's inappropriate.
Woo.
Yes, I think that's inappropriate. But we're talking about, hey, I like your post and talk crap on Instagram and send memes and stuff like that.
That's fine. Perfect.
That's kind of what I mean by friends. Like, cause I'm a homebody. I don't go out much. Like, even when I see my girlfriends, it's very rare. We mostly talk like on the phone and stuff. So the times that I talk to my guy friends is like them calling me about their girl. Like, oh, she did this. Like what do I do?
But
Give me advice.
Even that's inappropriate to me. I think discussing the inner workings of your relationship with somebody else, even with my guy friend, it's not just even a guy.
I think it's inappropriate for him and his relationship with her for me to know information on their relationship. Yes, I agree. I don't think it's.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's inappropriate for me and him, my guy friend, to be having this conversation and me saying, "Hey, here's advice." But that's how I know. Like I'm thinking of one in particular, my friend who I went to my police academy with, and he was with this girl, and I was like, "Dude, no, she cheated on her dude to be with him, and then basically like he stole her from this other guy, and I was trying to like the same way you got her is how you're gonna lose her, bro. Like be careful, tread lightly." But like that information that I have on her, had I ever met her in person, like she wouldn't know that I have that information on her. So in that sense, it's inappropriate. But I don't think it's inappropriate. Yes, but I don't think it's inappropriate for him to be asking me for advice. So it's kind of like nuance there.
I think it is. I think for him
to his relationship.
Yes, to allow somebody into the inner workings of his relationship on a very personal level. Yeah, that's not cool. But even with my guy friends, I would never talk about like superficial shit. Oh, my wife's bitching about this. The normal shit, yeah. But anything super personal or sex life or anything like that, I would never.
Oh no, I think that's inappropriate.
That to my friends. No way.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone should have any information on something that you guys have with each other.
Exactly.
Ever.
But yeah, that guy, him right there, that's the one who would fucking, if you gave the opportunity, he's the one who would fucking swoop. That dude right there, he's the one. Yep. Fernando, forget about you. You're good. That guy, he's the one. He would.
Why? Because the way he got his girl.
And just
is that why? Because he has no morals.
I wouldn't say he doesn't have any morals. I don't know him that well, but he's definitely not giving his relationship the full respect it deserves by leaking information to you, by giving you inside trader information on his relationship. So yeah, he'd be the one. He'd be the weak one. He's the one that the lions, the herd of wildebeest are running by. Oh, let's get that one right there. Yeah, he's the weak one. Yep. That's your guy. That's the one. He would be like, it's before when you hung up the phone, he's ringing the doorbell as you're putting like, that was fast. Boom, boom. I'm here. What's up? Yeah, he's the one. He's the one, Tori. Think about it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna think about it. I'm gonna ask the people.
this is great. I hope that I didn't, overstep any boundaries with engaging in this conversation with you. But
No. Again, the friend thing. I like mostly. I don't hang out with people in general, but when I do hang out with people, it's women. So it's not like in person stuff at all. It's just
that's
like like when you're in the academy and when you're at the job and you're like, I dealt with a lot of men who we became close friends and like I met their
'Cause you're
wives and stuff like that.
You're going through an very unique experience together. Going to the academy, being in law enforcement, that's a very small portion of the population. That's almost a fraternity of sorts. So yeah, I can understand, we've been through
It's
this.
a bit different. It's a bit different than just like, oh, we work in an office. Like, no, I'm not going to lunch with you. But like, we went through some stuff.
Yeah, you've been through some shit for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's a bit okay. Well, we'll do
Tori,
part 2 when I change my mind.
Yes, we will. So do you see, is there light at the end of the tunnel of this getting back on Instagram thing? Because we'd love to have you back.
Yeah, I'd love to be back.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm suing Meta. I filed my small claim suit on February 20th. Typically, I guess once they get it, it'll take at least what my research has shown me on Reddit. I'm now a Reddit doctor, lawyer, and anything else Reddit.
Whatever you need.
So what I've seen on there is about 30 days, a lawyer will probably contact me and say, "Hey, you peasant, we don't want to pay you, so here's your Instagram back." And also, they don't want people to hear, "Hey, I can sue Meta. It's that simple. I can get $12,500, the maximum for my state in small claims court." So thousands of people start doing it. They don't want that, so they want to squash it. So I hope.
Yeah, they keep you quiet. Okay, but don't forget, guys, you can still find Miss Tori D on Tori D TV.
Yeah.
So check her out on YouTube, and you guys know where to find me. Punch in Jericho Green, you'll find me somehow. I'll be out there somewhere in the fucking ether, man. But I thank you guys for being here. Another fabulous episode of Stop the Fuckery, episode 10, health. What will episode 11 be about? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned, you little motherfuckers. But until next time, Tori and I are
out.